podcast this week. Let me just check. I want to see the new layout that we got. Oh, it's looking funky. Very nice. We're still working on the layout thing, so we have listened to chat. We've made an extra scene with a bigger map on it. So when we get into combat and things like that, we will swap to the bigger map so you guys can see a little bit of what's going on and things like that. So hopefully you'll find that that's okay. Let us know if there's any issues with the audio or anything like that. Fingers crossed there won't be. As always, there's normally something that goes wrong. It's can't have too small to move a start. And as always, if you do exclamation mark Discord and things like that, you can find out. What is that on Discord?
It's me. Yes. The audio sounding extremely choppy.
Is it sounding choppy for everybody or just me? And what, on the stream or on?
It's for everybody on stream.
Anyone watching the stream, anyone else confirm that? Or is it okay? Hopefully that will. Is the audio choppy? Are you asking us if it's choppy, or are you telling us that you can hear that it's choppy? That's why I asked you. You don't have feedback.
Yeah, it is. They're confirming it. That's what I heard. So,
are you running it through the WDM cables on Voice Picture again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would suggest not using those. I think that's the problem. So change it to the ones at the bottom. Thanks, guys. We'll look at something now. Is it working now, or? It's okay.
Are we in Tavern at the moment?
Yeah, just do some Tavern sound effects and things like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so hopefully that's fixed the audio issues. So yes, hello and welcome, as I was saying earlier. If you are new to the stream, we are playing the starter set for D&D. It is called The Lost Mines of Phandelver. I don't know how many weeks we've been going on it now, but it's been quite some time. You can find all past episodes on our YouTube channel. If you do !asylum, should give you all the links there. And if you do !Discord, you're more than welcome to come and join us on our community Discord. Come and say hello. We are all learning D&D, as I say every week. So if you do hear that we do things wrong, it's fine to say in chat, because I know some streamers don't like that. I'm not necessarily paying attention to chat, and I might not necessarily act upon it, but I will certainly make notes and look it up towards the end or at the end of the session. So I'm more than happy for people to make suggestions or tell me if I'm doing it wrong. But I'm sure nothing goes wrong. So other than that, I think that's pretty much all the usual stuff covered. So as long as the audio is fine for everybody, the floor is lava. Get on the beds. So yes. Basically, let's get on with the story then. So, after doing the task that Gundren Seeker sent to them and travelled to the bushwhackers travelled to Phandelver, finished off that task, and while around the town, they went to the tavern to find out rumours and things like that while they were there, and they found that there was a lot of trouble. There was a few things going on around the place, but the more prevalent issues at the moment are the red brands that were causing trouble within town. A local was kidnapped and was killed. Sorry, and his wife and child were kidnapped. While exploring the town, Baron decided they would shouted to the red brands in the street to call a bit of attention upon himself, and they all got ambushed outside the town hall. After the little scuffle, they managed to knock out 2 of the red brands and take them prisoner. They locked them up in the town hall, and Baron decided to disguise himself as one of the red brands and infiltrate their number. While he was locked up in the cells, the rest of the group explored the town, listened to some more rumors, found out there's a few other issues lying around the town. It's not just the red brands causing problems. However, they chose the red brands as the more pressing issue and followed the leads upon that. Before heading to Alderley Farm in the Phandelver itself, they headed back into the town hall to check on the red brands and Baron, only to find that he had actually managed to escape with the 2 red brands, and they were last seen heading off into the woods. The rest of the group went to the Alderley Farm. There they met some woman and her son Carp, who had found a place within the forest that looked like it had been used by the red brands quite heavily. So when night fell upon them, they decided to travel into the woods, led by this little boy, and try and make their way to this hideout that he spoke of. On the way there, they were greeted, shall we say, by a female wizard who turns out had the similar goals to the group themselves and was also hunting Glassstaff. So she teamed up and joined them, and she'd also reported that she'd seen 3 red brands heading into the woods earlier that day. I need some water. So they continued into the cave, where they came upon a Nothic, which Alaria herself identified and had read about in the books. This Nothic began to speak to them in turn into their heads. They managed to sate its anger by throwing the 2 red brands that they killed as its dinner. So after doing so, they then continued into the hideout, and Thalin decided to smash the door down of one of the rooms, and as he did so, he was greeted by 3 giant bugbears and a goblin that passed out. After a scuffle within the room, they managed to kill all 3 of the bugbears. Artek's barely scraping through with his life a couple of times. And then they managed to wake Droopy up and ask him a few questions about the hideout, which he may or may not be giving them correct information. And as this was happening, Bryn went and listened to the door opposite, where he heard what sounded like gambling or gaming going on behind the door. And then he came back and told the rest of the group. And this is where we continue. Sorry, that was a bit long. I shouldn't probably start from so far back, but there we go.
I'm sorry, I kind of missed that. Could you
We needed a short rest anyway.
And the group has been taking a long rest.
And if you quit drinking that buttermilk, you wouldn't be so thirsty.
If it wasn't 32 degrees, we wouldn't be too thirsty either. It's so hot.
He says after returning from Vietnam.
Are we able to take a rest here, or is there like still action happening?
Currently, you are not in initiative lock anymore because you've killed everything that's there. Alaria managed to subdue Droopy, even though Drake threatened to eat him a few times.
His name is Droop, not Droopy.
He's
not a dog.
He's droopy now.
He's not Droopy now.
Droopy the detective.
Well, let's just hope that Droopy doesn't get the drop. See.
Oh no! Please don't eat me.
So you're currently like in this room with the dead bugbears just laying there in the corner, and this Droop goblin hiding and cowering behind Alaria. Droopy. I'm going to call him Droopy now.
I like Droopy.
I remember Droopy.
Yeah. He's definitely Droopy. So what do you guys want to do? So currently you haven't rested or anything like that. We left it with you deciding whether you wanted to rest or not, basically.
Let's bar the door.
Search for treasure, rest. What do you guys want to
Put
do?
Fallon against the door so it doesn't open easily, and take our shot.
We could stick one of the corpses against the door. They are a little bit bigger.
All three.
I'm all for a short rest.
No problem.
I wouldn't recommend a long one because
Okay.
So a short rest is 2 hours, I believe.
1 hour.
1 hour.
Whatever.
Just make sure you tie up that goblin. I don't want my lunch getting away.
Okay, so do I click this then?
So if you click short rest, well, we don't know yet. It depends if you actually managed to get your short rest. So did you say you're barring the door, or?
Yeah, with at least one corpse.
Okay, so you take a few minutes to close the door again, drag one of the bodies up against the door to use it to kind of block it, and then you proceed to have your rest.
So we go ahead and click the short rest.
We'll find out now. Yes, we're going with short.
Okay.
We'll find out about success.
And
While doing the short rest, I'm going to use my arcane recovery. Recover 2 first level spell slots.
Okay.
yeah, hold on. Let's just see something here.
I will roll a health dice. If it's
Hit dice, yeah.
We don't reset the maximum HP changes during this rest. We just click.
Not unless you use, if you use hit dice.
We just click over how many hit dice we want to use for it. Correct.
Yeah, I think so. You at full hit, you're at full health, so it doesn't matter. If you
Oh.
I just click. Should I just click this?
Okay, it did it. I guess I still have to roll the dice because it didn't change my HP at all.
Well, it's because it doesn't know what you've rolled, so it can't change your HP.
Well, I wasn't sure what was automated and what wasn't. So
It looked into your mind and it rolled the dice for you.
so we can go ahead and roll that up.
Yeah. So we're also learning how to use D&D Beyond at the same time. With their nice new shiny website.
I need to talk to the landlord. Somebody needs to put that door back on its hinges.
It's on its hinges. I can't be able to move it because it'll probably just break stuff.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
and the door does open inwards because last week you had it open inwards.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Bryn tried to hide behind it. Okay, so is anybody else doing anything during this short rest?
Nope.
Okay.
So I only get spells back after a long rest. Okay.
Me too.
Yep. Possibly.
There's a
Someone
report
saying
of the
this.
stream pausing. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I said it's fine, so maybe just try refreshing Sprocketeer. It sometimes works.
Hey, the door's
Yeah,
fixed. Awesome.
Like magic.
I'm sorry, I was busy adjusting my hit points. I got 5 more.
So as you're taking this short rest, Artex, yeah, it's your one.
Yes.
Artex and Bryn, you both. Oh, and Jazapina, you hear from outside the door. So a couple of muffled voices coming down the corridor.
Guys, we hear something.
Sounds like, yeah, the voices start getting a bit louder as they come closer towards the door. You hear them stop. Well, say stop. It doesn't get any louder for a minute or so. That's just, and then all of a sudden you hear the voices get louder again and start coming towards you.
I turn to the group. I'm like, guys, I think someone's coming.
Okay.
So let's move away from the door then.
I'll move up to the door since I have the red brand cloak on.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I'll pull a dagger and keep it behind my back and lean against the wall next to the door if they open.
I'm on the other side of the door then. Yeah. So I'll try and hide there if I can. If the door swings open and I can be behind the door, I'm going to try for that so that I can surprise them from behind it.
So you're going to try and, are you trying to hide and be quiet?
Yeah, I'm against the side and next to the door so that when the door swings open, I will be actually positioned behind the door and I'm hiding there so that if I pop out, I'm going to do a surprise attack if necessary.
Okay. Can you all roll for stealth?
Okay.
They would have
What's
to
that,
push.
sorry, Sally?
They would have to push the corpse out of the way of the door first.
Yeah, the corpse is still in front of the door, yeah.
Was that for stealth?
Yes, please roll stealth.
Okay.
Can I discern how many voices there are?
I'd say yes. You could tell there's 2. Sounds like it's just like a conversation between two people.
Okay. I turn around to the guys. I'm like, guys, it sounds like it's just 2 perpetrators.
Well, let's just be ready in case they come in.
Wrong stuff.
Okay.
14.
14.
Okay, so we'll go around the group. Josephine's 14. Sally, you just said 14.
Plus 2 again. 16 then.
16 for you.
15.
Bryn's got 15. Bryn?
10.
10, okay. Kane?
21.
Drake, sorry. And Artex?
14.
Okay, and Ilaria?
11.
Okay, thank you. So you wait quietly in the room, waiting a few more minutes. You can hear the voices once again. They stop moving. Conversation keeps going. So you hear a bit of rattling around going on, and then all of a sudden the footsteps and the voices start departing again. It gets quieter and quieter as they leave.
Sounds like it might be a patrol, guys. So if you want to ambush them, we can, or if we can avoid them.
Did it sound like they came down the hallway and the stairs and they went right back, or did it just sound like they came down the hallway and stairs and went to the other door?
Came to the hallway and then went back the way they came.
Let's wait and see how long it takes them to come back again. If it's a
Could be an hour. We've been here for more than an hour. We can be waiting another hour.
But were we asleep?
Let's go check that other door.
No, you're not asleep because you're having. So a short rest, you don't sleep. You just kind of basically do nothing strenuous. So you sit there. You can like do a bit of hobby stuff or crafting, or you can sit. But you just got to be doing nothing too strenuous, and you just basically sit there and relax.
Okay, so yeah, it might be.
Read your tomes, whatever. Get a good chick flick out and read it.
Roll dice.
At the other door, I heard voices and it sounded like they were playing some dice. Maybe gambling. What do you want to do?
I think we should go in the other room and
I think we should go listen at that door to find out if there's still people in there, if they're still busy with that activity, and then expect hostilities if we open that door.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll go check it out. I'd like to stealth up to the door and listen. After I open the door and squeeze through this one.
Okay. First of all, like, Thalin probably has to get up and like drag the
Move
body
the
back
corpse
out of the
away.
way.
Okay.
Please.
So he drags it out of the way. You open the door and approach the other one. You listen, so you're listening into the other door now.
Yes.
Okay. Do a perception check, please.
Inception check.
Perception check. So a cross between insight and insight the door and if you can perceive it or not.
15.
Okay.
So
So
where's the store?
yes. Sorry. And is now by this one. Door is now open that way. So once again, as you get closer, you hear the sort of rattling, and then throw, and then groans. Now you start hearing what sounds like raised voices. People are getting angry and start shouting at each other.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
Does it sound like somebody's unhappy with what's happening in the game? Possibly.
That's what it sounds like, yes. It's kind of like that, muffled through the door a little bit, so you can hear the shouts, but...
I come back into the room and relay that to them.
What did you hear?
I think they're not too happy about who's winning and who's not winning. I think that's what they're upset about.
Can they take advantage of a situation?
As long as no one recognizes me, I could probably slip in thinking I'm a red brand.
Red killed.
Disguise instantly.
I'm surrounded by the British. What do you expect? It's got to be red coats everywhere.
The red coats are coming. The red coats are coming.
Thank God, July 4th is over. Anyway.
The war never ended.
But
Still
also,
going.
if you remember, I have this wineskin full of ale. I got off of that red brand at the entrance. And I could pretend like I was bringing them something, something to drink, and and possibly game some as well.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. Oh, maybe.
Sounds good to me.
so what you
If
suggest?
you
And then what? The rest of us
If
will
you
be standing
can
ready
just-
outside. Sorry.
if you can just leave a door slightly open when you go in, so that it's easier for us to give you backup.
Or to hear what's going on. If you need to shout and we need to rush out and go and
Well,
kill them.
But
I
if you
think
went
one or two of us needs to be in the corridor if things go south, so we're closer.
just see how many there are in there. You don't necessarily need to. We don't necessarily need to do anything. We could see how many there are, and then make an excuse and come back out and tell us.
That's true.
7.
Now,
14.
did I recognize any individual voices, Miserable?
Not that you could tell. It was pretty muffled anyway, so there's no one specific.
All right. I suggest y'all go ahead and get lined up with the people who are going to rush in and do melee in front, ranged behind, and report your spell cat.
I'll be in the
How-
front next.
How wide is the entrance? Like 2 people?
You could probably get 2 people in this. Like, it's a 5-foot square. I don't know if they're 5 foot. Then you can only have 1 person in the square, can't you?
Yeah, you could probably line up in a staggered formation.
Yeah, I would say you could probably get about, if you kind of stagger it, about 2 in 2s ish.
If Thunen's going to be in the front again, then I'll be second with him.
Bryn, I presume you're going back to the door.
Right.
Okay, so who's going in the front?
I will.
Not me.
Thalen, and anyone else?
Just to give you
Drake.
You two can probably discuss who's the healthier of the 2 of you.
Yeah,
Me.
I'll go with Thunen in the front.
Okay, I'll come up number 3.
Okay, you can probably just get there. Where are you? Oh, there. And the rest of you? I mean, there's not going to be enough room there. You can either go up the steps, or you can stay in the room you are, like in the doorway.
That's wrong.
I'll keep a lookout down the corridor
Okay.
for that patrol.
Yeah.
Throw some of my perception in that direction. The passive stuff.
Okay.
I'm
That's
standing
fine.
in the doorway inside here.
Okay. Valeria, you stand.
Wizards always
Oh.
stay at the back.
And Artex.
Also at the back, Clothy.
Okay.
This time.
Okay. So
Yeah, for now. Next time.
Artex.
Next time.
Okay. So you're all lined up and ready. What do you want to do?
Artex, just be really ready with that wall of fog, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna open the door like it's nobody's business and just stroll right on in.
Okay. So, let me just get rid of this then. First of all.
Carrying the wineskin in my hand.
The universal hello. Why?
And Wardaka, we're speeding up a little bit, okay? It didn't take 30 minutes this time.
Yeah. Okay, so as you quickly walk through the door, are you shutting it behind you?
Just about shut. I'll leave about an inch or 2 open.
Okay. Snap into the grid, so just have to leave it there. There you go. Okay, so as you enter the room, you notice 5 red brands sitting around the table playing knucklebone. There's 4 sitting around the table, 1 red brand sitting in the back end of the room. There's several worn tables and chairs are scattered about the room. You see there's like a wooden bench drawn up towards the side, and on top of that there's like kegs that have been set up and tapped, where there's looks about 2 or 3 kegs that all been tapped and poured. Looks like they've been drinking quite heavily. You see 4 of the 2 people playing at the table and 1 towards the back of the room. You notice that there's a big stack of coins also on the table. And just scattered around the room is objects. It just looks like it's just like a common room that they've been using. As you enter, 3 of them turn to look at you and go, "Who's that? What are you doing here?"
I heard there was a game on, so I thought I'd bring some ale. But I heard a bunch of racket. Y'all not fixing to fight, are you? Not when there's good coin to be earned.
This fucker here is cheating. And he points over to the one opposite him, who's like just scooped up a load of the cash that's already on the table. For the next game.
I'm assuming it's the one named Vegas.
It's the one Vegas, yeah.
The first things first. Do I recognize any of these people's faces?
Well. First of all, I'd say first of all, before we get to that, first of all, can you roll for deception, please?
Okay. Oh, 16.
Okay. So they kind of, they're bleary-eyed, sort of looking at you. They seem to be pretty drunk, and he just goes, "Oh yeah, bring the wine in, yeah. Oh, we'll have some of that. Go with that, how lovely. If you really want to lose all your money, you can join us if you really want."
All right, that's much better then.
There's always room for another person at the table to lose their money. Come on in.
Do I see him there?
Stay a while, listen.
That was you kind of looked towards Veus, recognizing the voice, or at least something you think you've heard before.
Okay.
Well, do you remember he did see what he looks like locked up in the cage? So he'll recognize it.
That's true.
The same appearance.
I won't. I don't. Just so you know, my mask only lasts an hour, so I'll have changed my appearance a little bit as we go.
Okay.
Didn't that mole used to be on the other side of his face?
I can keep it generally consistent, but I do have to go for a pee regularly, every hour.
So are you joining them at the table for a game?
I walk on over and toss the wineskin on the table and pull up a chair.
Okay.
What can we hear outside? Anything?
You can, because he's left the door open, you can hear the conversation. So you can hear the game going, and you can hear exactly what's being said.
Okay, show back to the group like just so that they get the idea. Everything's going all right.
Right then, let's get on with the hand. Let's get on with the hand. Come on.
How much we got? How much we got to ante up for this?
How much have you got?
Didn't know what the stakes were. I can easily high, I guess.
I don't know really what the stakes are. It depends what you've got in the bag. Let's have a look, shall we?
We play in for silver, or copper, or
silver.
Bloody silver! Who's tight one? And he starts downing more of his drink.
No, my friend, we play for gold here. Nothing but gold.
If all you've got is silver rattling around your might as well go fuck off now. Go and bring us some more wine and make yourself useful.
I tell you what, though, these people here ain't got much gold left. So if you've got some more, that's always helpful.
You're a cheater, that's why.
I'm not fucking cheating. There's no cheating going on here.
So
come on, get on with the next round. We'll find out.
So what's the ante?
You win one more and I'll slit your throat.
You can fucking try.
So what's the ante?
One head.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. These guys haven't got much money left, so let's say 2 gold first. You got
2 gold, 5. 2 gold.
5.
5. All right. Gold it is.
You willing to lose 5? It's fine with me. Here we go. 5.
350.
Okay, so you put 5 gold in. No one chucks another 5 gold in. They go around the table. Okay, so for this, Knucklebones is like jacks, but we're not going to play that because it's too difficult. But what we've done is we've got a version of it that we can use. So you're going to have to roll
Just know you're all going to lose. Doesn't matter what you try.
So the idea is you scatter the knucklebones onto the table. You're supposed to throw like a ball in the air, and as you go to catch it, you grab one of the knucklebones, catch the ball, and then you do so on until like you've picked up all 10 of the knucklebones. So we'll kind of narrow it right down for that. So for this game, you'll have to roll a d20, and then I've got a number that you need to match, and then we'll just keep going around doing that. Until they've all been picked up, and it'll get harder and harder as you go along, basically.
Is it since it's a dice game or a gaming and I got proficiency in gaming? Does it I get to add my proficiency roll, or is it a dex roll? Or...
I'd say you can add your proficiency roll, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll start. Baron, if you want to roll a d20.
Okay, so I got a 9.
Okay, so you managed to throw the ball and grab one of the knuckle bones easy, and you kind of just like almost like the ball as if it's floating down, catch it easily, like no problem whatsoever. Bryn, your turn.
$18.
Okay, so same for you. Throw the ball in the air. You kind of like just look up and catch the ball, no problem. The one that I'm doing is I'm just going to do it with just one of them just to speed it up. He throws it in the air and he's a little bit more. You see him, he's sort of swaying in his chair as he does it. He kind of throws it up and then he forgets all about grabbing the knuckle bone. And at the last minute, he kind of goes, grabs the knuckle bone and catches the ball. So you all pass the first round. Baron, go again.
12.
Okay. So once again, this time you throw the ball in the air. You manage to grab 2 knuckle bones, to catch the ball, make it look easy, and just go. No problem. Bryn.
What is it?
6.
So you throw the ball in the air, go to grab the first one, and as you grab one, you look up, catch the ball, and you're like, oh crap, you're supposed to grab 2 knuckle bones, not 1. And they'll go, oh, you fucking only grabbed 1? Bloody hell, have you never played this before? Easiest 5 gold, and he kind of scrapes it away from you on the table. You haven't won yet. Okay, so the other bloke throws the ball in there, grabs his 2 knuckle bones, manages to catch the ball.
Got a bit excited then. I saw the money and I thought, yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Something's not right here.
21.
Okay. 10.
Okay, so once again, throw the ball in the air. This time you scrape 3, one at a time, knuckle bones up, and it's like almost like the ball is just floating down when you do it, and you catch it again, no problem. And the other one's like, and you hear the other ones on the table start banging the table, like roaring it all up. And he rolls 8. So again, he throws the ball, panics, manages to grab his straight, catches the ball again. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I need to just a drink to steady me nerves. Just getting it. And you see kind of like froth down his face and like dribble a little bit, and he's just really looks like he's going to collapse any minute now at the point. But you guys in the corridor still, you can hear this kind of happening at the moment as well. It's up to you if you want to do anything. Let me know. Baron, it's your turn again.
Okay.
I won't, but I won't.
16.
Exactly.
So you throw the ball in the air. This time you have to pick up 4 knuckle bones, and then again, the ball just gently falls to your hand, and you just go, that's as easy. Just
when you're hot, you're hot. That's all I can say.
You especially, you new boy, you watch him. I don't think this is right. I think he's cheating.
You've had too much.
Keep them eyes on him.
You really think so?
We've had a few, but he ain't. He's going to be watching you next time.
He's carrying the fucking wine. He's had probably more than all of us.
It rolls 18. All of a sudden, his head seems to go clear. He throws the ball, grabs all the knuckle bones, manages to catch the ball again. He's like, right, go on then, beat that. Go on and roll again.
All right, I'm cheating now, by the way. I'm 100% illusion. I can trap illusion to beat this. Okay, so whatever.
I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I rolled a 1, but it's just saying. 100% cheating now.
101.
You throw the ball in the air, it just stays there. You kind of forget to do the illusion, so you're sitting there picking the knuckle bones, and it's like this ball just like hovers there for a while, and then you're like, oh shit, and then it drops into your hand, and you catch it again. And the other one's like, "Is that? You boy! What?"
I pull. I take the opportunity while they're kind of distracted, try and use sleight of hand to pull my 2 daggers and hide them in my palms.
Okay. Do a sleight of hand check for me, then, please.
Can I see if can I see it? Can I challenge? Is there any chance I might be able to see what he's just done? By the way, or is that
you can do a passive? You can do a perception check.
I could do a perception check.
1. So yeah, pretty much the whole table sees it. So as you
what the fuck are you trying?
As I noticed that they see me do it, and it was such a fumble, I yips it. I'll take them and stick them on top of the table.
What, you're betting them now? You're giving your daggers away?
Just getting comfortable. I want to watch this guy, make sure he doesn't pull something.
Swear last time he just did something.
I wouldn't pull nothing. That was nothing. You didn't see that. I think you were seeing shit, boys.
Nothing.
Too much of why. You're seeing stuff. I tell you what, let's make this last game, yeah, okay? I will put, let's make it interesting, yeah? 15 gold each on the table. Have you got that left? How much have you got left, boys?
Fine. Well, we'll all chip in. We'll get the pot nice and filled. I tell you what, I've got this. And he pulls off this jeweled ring and puts it into the table. I'm going to beat you this time, you bloody cheat. But here's the catch for this. Here's the catch for this one. You got to get them all off the table. Not 1, not 2. All the knuckle bones on this throw, or you're out.
On this throw, 1 throw, everyone. You got to grab them all. Is that the plan?
So
Okay.
15 gold, huh? All right.
15 gold, yeah, let's do it, boys. And like all in pretty much. I'll just take this little bit to the side. I'm a gambling man, but I want to win something just in case. I've been playing good tonight. There we go. All right, 15 gold. Here it is. You ready? We roll in.
Right in. Get on with it.
Okay.
All right.
Cheating. Cantrap. Minor illusion because I rolled a 2. 100% cheating to make it appear as if I'm so I'm going to pretend as if I throw, but I'm not going to throw. I'm going to hold on to the dice. But it looks like I'm throwing. The dice will go up and come back down. I'll grab the whatever, whatever. I'm trying to take that away. Yeah.
Well, it did try to notice it, but he rolled a 2 and a 1. So it's like, you can barely focus on you. It's like, well, how did you get all them? They were, okay, I'll get them. No, don't you worry, I'll get all of them. 14, he just fouls. So he throws the ball in the air, and as he's going grabbing all these knuckles, all of a sudden the ball just hits him on the back of the head. He's like, oh, fuck it! Not again! You're a cheat! Get him! He's a bloody cheat! And at this point,
I grab both of my daggers, go around the guy that's, let me see, what's his name? Go around the guy that's named Frit. I figured that I'd probably start, out about like right here. Yeah. And so I'll go around to the left, go behind Frift, and as I go behind Frift, like I'm trying to get over to get at Madness or Vegas or whatever he's going by, I'm going to attempt a sneak attack to Frift, and as I do so, as freaking bushwhackers.
Okay, so as you do this, I'm going to say the two of them manage to, or one of them manages to get behind Baron, clamp his hand, or clamp her hand on his shoulder and push him into the chair to keep him there. As she does so, the hand sinks through his illusion or his disguise that's going on there, and notice that the clothing doesn't quite match up with what it's holding. So it holds you down, As you
Can I do anything? Can I cast anything?
well, you're going to roll for initiative. So you're all going
We
to.
hear
I'm
this.
just explaining what's happening because
We
it's all
enter.
like, they've got the kind of jump a little bit because he's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the jump. They haven't got a surprise attack, but he turned around and told them to grab you. So at this point, he's told them to grab you. They've made their way towards you. One of them's managed to get to you and grab you. The other one was kind of heading there. Bryn, you managed to grab your daggers at that moment, and that's about as far as you managed to get. You kind of on your way to sidestep the bloke. The rest of them are still sitting down except for the one at the back. I say you managed to yell bush.
You don't put this on now. We're not going. Come on.
So the rest of you guys can all roll initiative for me, please.
Sit down.
The ones outside as well.
What am I hearing in the background?
I don't know. Someone.
I keep hearing noises.
So there he is.
Someone told me.
Possibly mine, yeah.
Yeah.
We got the tennis on.
I just heard the voices.
Yeah, my parents are watching the tennis.
What did you roll? So add your initiative on there as well.
Oh, 2, isn't it? 15,
Because I can't use the tabletops, then you'll have to put something in there for me. I got 17.
17, okay.
Nice.
Can be white.
Yeah.
Nice kill.
You know
Okay,
what I
Bryn.
mean? You what, mate?
Bryn, what did you get?
25.
Start down again this time.
Bryn, I said.
11.
11, okay.
I got 15.
Josephine got 15. Valeria, you said you got 17, wasn't it?
17.
Yeah. Broom got 25. Baron.
I got 6.
Wow, you're so crap.
Oh no.
You really are. I'll
I
take
get
this.
-1 I get -1 every time on that. It's so brutal.
Your rolls tonight are rubbish.
Thanks.
16, actually, sorry.
Drake, what did
I
you
have
get?
to remember to ask Baron how he survived so long in this group.
It's a miracle. Pure miracle.
Wow. Nice rolls.
Is that up there with 20?
Kill.
Gosh, that's good.
Give me a moment. So I've got 18, 18, and 16. Oh, 10 and 5. Actually, I've only got 10. Okay. So the first up on is everybody given you all the initiatives and everything?
Yeah.
Yep.
So first up is Bryn. What do you want to do?
I am moving into the room just to the right of the door as I'm in, so I don't block for anybody else.
Okay.
With envy out, arrows knocked. Can I pick myself up about there?
Yeah.
Maybe a little further in to make room for any more. Let's go there. Okay, quickly. I see Bryn close to Thrive. Veas. Do I know Veas is Baron?
Not yet.
Well, somebody's got him grabbed, so I can assume
Yeah.
it's one of them. There's people struggling.
Yeah,
don't
I
worry.
suppose so. Yeah, yeah.
Well, perception would tell me I've got a 50-50 chance of hitting Baron if I'm hitting in that direction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You don't know that though. You don't know that. So
None of them is within 5 feet of each other, are they?
Well, yes. Bryn is within 5 foot, but they're not in combat yet. Doesn't have to be in combat.
No. I can hit. I want to. Aroma and Arbo isn't 5 feet apart from each other.
No.
And neither is
Those
Colour.
two at the back are. These two are next to each other, and then these are apart.
Well, I know Bryn, and that's the only thing I know, so I'll be shooting at Thrive.
Okay.
Come Envy. 16 plus things. 16 plus 9 for 25.
That hits.
D6 plus 5 for damage. 2 plus 5, 7.
7 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Do I take any of that damage?
No,
No,
it's
I
just,
didn't shoot.
it's just a normal straight arrow, I think. So
Yes,
you
there's
kind of go
nothing
charging in the door, dart to the side with Envy out, and release an arrow, almost like split second as you dive in, straight into the back shoulder of Thrive. You don't know his name, but right next to Bryn. Just, the arrow pumps in. He's like, ugh! Kind of hits his, what the fuck? As it's like all of a sudden being ambushed from behind. Next up, do you want to move anywhere, or is that the end of your go?
How much movement do I have left?
You moved.
I'll just move along the wall.
15, 20. You've got about 5 more.
So halfway to the barrels.
Okay. Next up then is Drake, I believe, and Alario, you're after that, if you can get ready.
Okay. Miserable, do I have can I reach Thrift?
Reach him. Where you was at the front, weren't you? 5, 10, 50. Yeah, you can reach him.
Okay, I'm going to engage him and then use my poison spray spell on him. Yeah, so it's poison spray. It's got a 12 save.
Con save.
Yeah, of 12.
And he has a disadvantage on that as well, because a certain person may have poisoned all the alcohol.
Oh, sweet.
So he rolled a 5, so he didn't.
Yeah. And we do 9 points of damage.
Okay. Is that a cone effect, or is it just a single target?
Let's just make sure.
Sounds cone-ish.
Yeah, poison spray.
Oh.
The room fills with poison.
No, it just says range 10 feet. It doesn't have a cone symbol or anything like that. You extend your hand towards noxious gas from your palm. Creature must succeed on a Constitution save. So like single target. There's no cone or anything like that. So I'm spraying it like in his face.
Like Spider-Man, just poison.
So you kind of behind him, and you just run up behind him. It's like poison spray just like appears from your hand, and it just wraps around the back of his head. And because he's like hiccuping from being drugged, and as he does so, the poison just goes straight into his lungs, and just as it starts eating away at his insides. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Alario, you're next.
Where is he in the room?
Who? Bryn?
Drake.
Drake.
Is he not? Sorry, my mistake. Yeah. There.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just didn't want things to forget.
Okay, go
That's all right. From where I am, would I, right at the back, obviously, would I have clear line of sight to the one next to Bryn?
Not really.
Right. Could you move my token 15 feet forward into the hall, but not into the room itself? I'd like to get somewhere where I can get eyes on him, but not get too close.
I'd say Fallon can is more like the other side of the hall, so there you go, that'll do. I'd say you could probably get line of sight there.
Okay, so with that line of sight, he's next to my ally, so I'm going to cast a magic missile at the one next to Bryn, which is 3d4 plus 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Nice.
12, did you say, sorry?
12.
Was that damage?
Damage 12, yes.
On 5. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, you kill. You basically finish him off straight off. This missile just comes out of your hand as it like hits him square on the back. And you just hear this giant scream. Ah! His whole body then starts burning as he then falls down to the floor. He's dead. He didn't really have much chance anymore.
Nice.
That's the way you do it, though. Concentrate on one, knock him down, go to the next.
Yep.
Batter up.
Do you want to do anything else, or is that your turn?
You take your time, work your way through the characters.
No, I think that'll be the end of my turn. Thank you.
Okay. So if you want to find out which one, sorry, Aslog's just like quiet DM'd me in my my helper dungeon master, saying if you want to discern which one is disguised, you can use one of your actions rather than attack to do an investigation, and you can try and see through his disguise. But you have to go against his spell save. So
Shadow DM advice.
Or you could just shoot them all. That's my advice, but that's me. So after Ilaria, it is my turn, and we have Carla's up. So she is currently holding on to Veus. She's going to let go, and 5, 10, 20. Okay, she's going to run towards Bryn.
How am I the threat? Anyway.
You just came straight in and shot one. It's the closest thing to her. It's the closest thing to her at the moment. So she's going to charge straight up to you. She lets go of Veus, who's sitting down, and just runs straight over to tiny little Bryn there. Okay, roll to hit with a disadvantage.
Bring it on.
Somehow I don't think I'm going to get any good rolls on this too.
Armor class 16.
So as she kind of walks towards you, she's just like, hey, and tries to like fumble for a sword. They're gonna hit you, and she backhands towards you as if she has a sword now, but she hasn't actually grabbed her sword. It's still in the scabbard, in the sheath. It's like just like slices in front of you, and it's like fresh air just feels this like breeze as it whips past your face, and it's like, okay. And that's the end of her turn. Next up,
I hit the wrong one.
Arvo. So Arvo is he's going to get up from his chair and he's going to go towards Bryn. He's kind of stumble up from his chair. He's going to attack Bryn.
Why is he attacking me? I haven't attacked anybody.
That's true. Okay, he's not attacking you either then.
But you shout bushwhackers?
You did.
Yeah, but
I did. And what are they doing? They're bushwhacking us.
Yeah. Okay, so Lee's facing Drake, and he's just seen Drake come in and whoops.
Yeah, I think I'm also lying on the floor.
Smother the other one with poison. There we go. Sorry, I'm not going to mess around and set him up. Thank you for that, Brent, but that's true. That's why he didn't attack the other one. So.
That's the drunk one.
5. So yeah, he kind of gets up, stumbles, almost falls over, swings with his sword, but as he's doing so, he's just kind of wildly flailing about and almost stands up. So he misses. Next up is Artex. You're next. And then it's you afterwards. So.
Do I have a field of vision where I don't. Can I get into a position where I can have a field of view from where I am? Like
getting a bit crowded.
I can probably like stand here. Hopefully if I shoot, I don't shoot to kill the chair. It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for this fellow, Vegas. Or the chair, whichever it goes. I'm gonna pull my longbow and shoot him, hopefully.
Okay. What are you doing with him? Leave him alone.
I was just trying to fix him.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
what's he doing?
It looks
Yay!
like it's dancing.
15.
15, I believe hits.
Oh.
Yep, that hits. Firebolt, do it.
8.
8 points of damage. Okay, nice. So that was an arbor.
I did not hit the chair. Next time, chair.
So you stand back in the corridor, release an arrow, and as Arbo's just standing, but again hits him square in the back. He says, "Oh!" He kind of like half looks around. He's like, "What's going on in here?" That's the end of his turn. Next up is Josephina.
I'm going to run in next to Artax. Take aim at Arbo. No, Arbo, yeah.
Don't shoot the chair.
Don't shoot the chair, no.
Don't shoot the chair. The chair is innocent.
You're going to shoot.
I'm going to shoot. Is this
Where are
Arbo?
you?
I'm going to stand next to Artax. I imagine that there's room in the store.
Well, not really.
For too small.
No, this is a 5-foot corridor. There's already a great big half-orc in there. There's now another elven, and you want to pile in on top. You can go past them into the room, but you're not all going to just hide out in the corridor and shoot. That's not going to
Don't shoot my ear.
Bunch of pussies. Bunch of pussies
Or,
hanging out in that
or I would
corridor.
say you could maybe do it with about double the disadvantage.
Oi, I'm in the room, damn it.
And I'm going to go and stand just in front of Artax then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Block the line of sight, but that's fine.
Is that 6 or 9?
9.
9.
Could be both.
Plus your
9.
hit bonus.
4.
You miss.
13.
So it's probably a good job you did get a line of sight. So you kind of like try to squeeze through them, get in through, release the arrow. As you do so, you just can't get a decent position, and the arrow just whizzes off, just as it bangs into the table.
I've got some movement left, so I'm going to move back behind.
You just dropped him off
the floor.
I'm going to meld into the wall.
Behind Fallon.
Okay, so you pull back.
I pull
into the
back,
corridor.
so run in, shoot, and then move, miss, and move back.
Okay. Next up then is, sorry, I should have been keeping an eye on that. Thalin, you're next. Bryn, you're after that.
One party member. Sorry.
Just run in and swing the arrow.
Just a question for you, Miz, because I'm just curious. Like, whilst all this shit's going on, like, and I'm being held down, there's no way I could try and like.
You was being held down, but she let go of you.
So she let go of me. So I could potentially like. I can't do any movement yet. I guess I can't do anything. I'm just curious how this works.
Well, it's not, when it comes to your turn, then you can.
But I can't.
And if she was holding you down when it was your turn, it would probably count as grapple. So you'd have to do a strength check and try and break out of the grapple.
Okay.
But currently, you're still disguised. They're drunk, and so that's why they haven't attacked Bryn or you yet, because they think one of them just cheating at the game.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious, like how it's working. I'm trying to think out in real time because I'm thinking if I was standing there and suddenly arrows were suddenly flying in on the table, I wouldn't be just sitting there.
24.
No, it's because don't forget these are all like 6-second things. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 6 seconds. Yeah, no, that's right. That's what I was trying to remind myself.
We're still in the first round at the moment.
Yeah.
So sorry, Thalin, what was you?
24 to hit and 14 damage.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone has a headache.
Okay, so as it's just like kind of as you do so, you just come in from behind and just smack, thrust it out, hit him with like such force that it kind of pushes him back almost. He just like stumbles forward and he's drunk straight. He tries to hold himself. He fouls and slips, and as he does so, he just smacks his head on the table, tips the table over the top of the gold, and it just goes flying all over the floor as his table just kind of hits him, and he falls prone on the floor. He's still alive, but he's just kind of like just hit himself, almost knocked himself out on the table.
It's me done.
We forgot something.
So we'll just say he's prone on the floor at the moment. He's a bit more around there, but that's where it is. So who's that? I'll bring you next.
I'm assuming that Kayla is within my movement distance.
5, 10, yes. Each of the squares are meant to be 5 feet, I think.
What I'd like to do is position myself behind her so that Bryn is flanking her so that I can get advantage, please.
So you're going to go and flank her, basically.
Correct.
Okay, so you put up the iron.
And surprise, I want to sneak attack with advantage.
Surprise! Okay.
Free.
Go ahead and roll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bryn.
$20.
That hits.
I need to get a different size dice out this time.
I need new dice.
It's presumed that wasn't a natural 20.
No, it was not a natural. Okay, so how do I get a dice out of the bag again?
Like this.
Oh, come on.
What one are you after?
4-sided.
Roll a 8, divide by
thank you.
2.
Thank you.
Where was we? That's Bryn.
6 points on that dagger. And then I get 2 6-sided for the sneak attack. This stupid thing. Now it's not wanting to pick up the dice.
You've disconnected.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the problem was, why I couldn't pick up the dice to begin with.
What dice do you need rolled?
Take my dice.
Des, what do you need rolled?
I rolled a 2 on a 4-sided, plus 4 is 6 points for that first one. But that's just the first part. So I guess I have to close it down and open it back up again?
Probably, yeah.
Turn it off and on again.
Have you got any dice there?
I have many dice. If you would like to pick a colour.
Has he fumbled his attack? This is basically what's happened. He's swung and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a miss.
No.
I think so.
Chopped off his pinky.
Roma.
What do you want?
This shouldn't take too long.
Just pick one on your screen.
Currently cupping the NPC's behinds with his hands rather than actually stabbing them.
It is a lady.
I'm just saying.
I am going to.
He is American. He's following Trump's thing. Grab the pussy.
Y'all don't start that business. Y'all don't start that business.
We are kind of in a locker room, so I guess it's just kind of appropriate.
How long has your disguise been on for, Baron?
It's probably getting close. Yeah, it'll be getting close. I think we probably have enough time, but it was like that's why I was doing the rounding up to kind of get out with the money now, because that's why I was like getting aware that it was kind of getting close. And yeah, it's definitely getting
I've
close.
got to shoot that one in the back next.
But all I have to do is take the mask off effectively, or do something to. I can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can do it. I can do the action to deter myself if I want to, if I get a chance, or if I get an arrow through the face.
Will that take the
Oh,
mask off?
That first
That takes the mask off.
that first dagger with the sneak attack is 16 points total.
16 total. Okay.
Now, is it okay? I will go my offhand.
Yep. You should be able to use your bonus attack to do that.
I rolled a 16 without any pluses, so that hits more than likely. Yes.
Yep. Yep, that
Okay.
is.
And this one's just a D4 plus 4.
You don't get the add. You don't get the plus the modifier on the offhand. I don't think.
I thought it was just to hit, or is it damage as well?
You don't get it on the to hit.
Oh, it's on just a to hit. Sorry, yeah, go on.
So I do get it on the to hit?
Yeah,
No.
you get the.
Yeah.
Okay, another 6 points. But it's only to hit that you don't add it to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's another 6 points.
Okay, so as you
So a total of 22 points total.
22 points total. Has she been hit already?
Ow.
Are
I
you supposed
think
to be
that-
tracking that?
I am, but like, I've just made that she's dead, but I don't think I've added that up right somehow. Oh, was it 22 plus the other one you got, or was it 22? Because you hit.
22 total.
What happens to the plus 6? I thought you had.
Well,
6 from...
I did 6
Oh,
points
you
from the
added
first.
that on the. Okay, sorry, because I added that and I'd already counted that when you added.
I did 6 points of dagger damage with my first one, plus
Yeah.
10 more due to the
Okay, but you
sneak
said
attack,
6.
and
you
then
said
6
16.
more with my left hand. Yeah.
Okay, it's because you said 16. I had already done that 6 damage off of the total.
Sorry.
So when
Yeah.
you said 16, I added that as more damage.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so what was it? 22 total. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so
So-
she's still alive. Otherwise, you would have just one-shotted her, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, as you come in behind, you just like stick both your daggers straight up under her ribcage. She's just like, oh! And she kind of spits out blood. Unfortunately, over Bryn.
Now,
Kind of.
I still should have some movement left. Correct.
Did
you see that? He's on their fucking side. Get him.
Yeah, you got some movement.
You fucker! We're gonna have words afterwards. So I still have movement left, right?
Yes.
About how much? 10?
10.
I think I'll just move over here behind the other brazier or brazier.
Oh, I hate that word. I always
Like
get it
that?
wrong.
Me too. Brazier, brazier.
Is that okay?
I think does she not get an
Fireplace.
attack of opportunity or not? I can't because it's like
The bonus attack is cunning action.
you can't do it because you use.
Oh, I
your
can't because I
bonus
use my.
attack.
You're right. I'll just stay where I was then. I'm sorry. You're right. I'll stay where I am.
Okay.
That's it.
So next up is Roma. And he's going to go and just see this happen and see you backstab his lady. You backstab my lady. I'm gonna charge you, boy. He just comes over and charges Bryn. Bloody traitor! Swings down. Still drunk with the rest of them, so probably not going to do very well. 7.
No, sir.
Bloody traitor! He swings down, and you just kind of hear him yell as he's coming towards you. Sidestep as he does so, and his axe just goes down past you, just past your shoulder, and just misses you as you manage to sidestep it. That's the end of his turn. Baron, you're next.
Oh, at last, finally.
Well, you need to roll better, man. I know you got one.
You rolled really bad.
I do roll bad. I'm really bad.
You do dice.
You do need new dice.
Took above 5 before.
His is in brand new dice. I have to buy another one. Who's left, Miz? Just remind me on the table who's dead and who's alive.
So you have Carla alive and Arbo's alive, but on the floor, and you have Roma.
So Roma's alive as well,
Yeah.
and he's to the side, to the next to me, does he?
You're this one.
Yeah.
This one's alive at the top.
Yeah.
and the one opposite table where the table's fallen on top of him is alive. In fact, there's only one dead, which is Frith, basically.
He's on the ground though. He's not really doing much. He's pretty hurt, pretty
He's
badly, right?
prone. He's prone.
Okay, so I am going to cast one of my new spells. So I'm going to cast Darkness.
Bryn, you're next, fellow.
Okay, so you'll have to bear with me a second whilst I get this new D&D. So let me. It's called Darkness, and what this does is a magical darkness spreads from a point that I choose within a 15-foot sphere it fills a 15-foot sphere, and or if a point I choose is an object that I'm holding. The darkness emanates from the object and with it, completely covering the source of the darkness with an opaque object such as a bowl or blah blah blah. So I'm going to literally just like envelope myself in darkness, and so you can't see me.
Okay. So 15-foot radius. That's going to cover you. That's going to cover that back corner.
So me. Yeah. It's going to literally cover the full thing in darkness. And what I'm going to do is move to the. Is there a corner there? Move to the corner. And with my bonus action, I think I can cast Cantrap to make me appear to be invisible against the wall. So you can't see me. I think I can do that with my bonus.
I don't think you can cast two spells, but I could be wrong on that one.
Well, one's a spell and the other one's a cantrap. So I was hoping that I could do the bonus with the other one.
It has to state one bonus action for a time to cast. It should be when you look at the cantrips. It should be under time. It will say 1A or bonus.
Yeah. Is it
1A? It says 1A.
So it needs a full action.
Full action. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay, fine then. So I'll just do the darkness, and then I'll just back up in the darkness, basically with me.
Okay. So you're just gonna.
So no one.
You're gonna hide in the corner in darkness.
I'm just gonna back up into the corner, basically into the where over the dead body bit is. So yeah.
Okay. And that's the end of your turn. I don't know. Is it concentration of darkness?
No, the illusion.
Your other illusion. No, his other one is a disguise. I don't think that's concentration. It's a disguise. It doesn't matter anyway. You can't see him. He's like in darkness now.
It spreads around corners and creates a dark. With dark vision, you can't see through the darkness. So you can't. If you got dark vision, you won't be able to see through it either.
Okay. Next up then is Bryn.
Take my bow, I aim it for darkness. It's going to take a wild shot at this new necromancer wizard madness that are on the screen now. Well,
Drake,
in my vision.
you're next, and
I do have a second thought and take out my two short swords and.
You can shoot with the darkness if you want. Just do it at disadvantage.
Yeah, it was just a flash through my. It just flashed through my mind.
Envy
it took about a second. It took, envy is the darkness. No, we tell envy that it's time for the two sharp points to play. So I take over two short swords. I want to hit at Kala. If I do hit the killing blow, I'd like to just knock her unconscious.
Okay.
If it gets to that. No point in killing a woman. Okay. Oops. It's a 1. So I'm halfling it.
Halfling it.
It's a 7 plus 7 on the swords. So it's 14 for my first attack.
Just about hits.
Just about hits. But it hits.
It does.
So damage is 1 plus 5. It's 6.
Okay, as you do so, crack, you hit around the side of the head. She's kind of like massively bleeding as it is from behind with these 2 daggers that have just been stuck in her back, and you just see her eyes like glaze over as you do so. Even more so when she joins, she's just like and falls to the ground, unconscious, bleeding to death at the back. But...
Okay, so I didn't use my action. So I will just.
That was your action, wasn't it? You just hit it.
That was only 1 attack.
Yeah, you got a bonus action with your.
Yes, I got a bonus action, but I'll keep it. I won't use it. I'm done.
Okay, end your turn. Next up is Drake, then, please.
Okay, I move towards Roma. Is it? Yeah, Roma. And I will poison spray her again. So Constitution save 12. It's my go-to spell.
Okay. It's Constitution save, is it?
Yeah, 12.
I'm just not going to block anything at this rate. I got a nice 18, but a 2, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
And I
kind
kind
of-
of perfect 12.
Little halfling like runs up to it, just like up in the air. This thing is there's this acid spray once again goes in front of Roma's face. It's just like it kind of like surrounds their head. They can't get away from it, even though they're trying to move out the way. It's like breathing it in. It's like,
God, take that.
12 points of damage.
And that's my turn.
Next up, Ilaria, please.
Okay. You'll have to describe for me where I am now. Can I see anyone in the room? Any of the
Where you
kind of-
are,
The prone guy?
not really, no.
Okay. Would I be able to reach the doorway with my movement?
You can easily get to the doorway, yes.
Okay. I would like to get into the doorway. And then from the doorway, can I see?
I'd say if you stood in the doorway, is that what you mean?
Yeah, in the doorway. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Roma. You can see Arbo that's prone on the floor. You can see this darkness hovering over the corner of the room, and I'd say you can probably see to your right. There's another. Was Bryn in his red brand disguise and out Carla.
Okay. So from there, I'm gonna go for the. I'll go for the one that's just been acid sprayed in the face.
Okay.
If I can see him,
Roma.
Yeah.
that's the one. Because this map is very small for me, so I can't actually see what's going on. So I'm going to cast Firebolt. Oh dear. Natural 20.
Oh.
Okay. I think that
So
hits.
altogether, that would be a 26. So that is 1d10 of damage. I do apologise.
Nicely done.
My dog is misbehaving in the background, so I do apologise.
A very human-like voice for your dog.
You suck, you know that, right? Sadly, the damage roll was not very good. It was just a 3, but it hit at least, so that was nice.
Isn't that doubled?
It's doubled because it was a critical, so that's 6 altogether.
Yes. Okay, so that was Roman's taken another 6 points of damage. So once again, a firebolt goes flying over Drake's head as he kind of looks at, feels this heat as it flies past, as it bang straight into the chest of Roma, and his armor starts frazzling and burning, and just see his beard start burning away as well as he just goes, sort of yells in pain. Next up was actually my turn. She's knocked out. Arbor is on the floor, I think. So Arbor's going to stand up, kind of just in his drunken haze, go for the first thing that he sees, which is Thalin. And he's going to roll to hit. 5. Don't know why I'm even bothering rolling. So he kind of goes to stand up, like, stumbles, and pulls himself back up again, and goes to swing, and he's like drops his sword as he does so. Just like swings over his head and like misses again. That's the end of his turn. The next one up is Artex, and then Josephina, and then Thalin.
Would you like to go first, Josephina?
It's you first. You're in initiative order. You're by 1.
So I'm guessing that Bayes is still alive.
You can't see Bayes in the moment. He's in like a blanket of darkness. You know there's someone there, but you don't see them because you just saw this sort of dark smoke.
Oh, yes, Trin wasn't there. He cast the globe of darkness.
Oh, he wasn't there. Sorry.
Okay, no, I got it. Okay, so who's in my periphery? Who can I see?
I would say from where you're positioned, you could not really anybody.
If I were to move over Nyar.
Yep. You can then see, I'd say, Arbo and Roma.
Arbo. I would like to go for Arbo. And how tall is? I'd like to longbow him. No. Yes.
Longbow. Did Arbo get up?
Roll to it, please. Yeah, he did get up. Yeah. Should have stayed on the floor.
25.
Okay, that hits. Roll for your damage, please. And you're next.
Yeah.
You know what you want to do. Good. Start thinking then.
8.
8 points of damage on Arbo. Let's have a look. And Arbo. And there you go. Yep, I think so. So as he's kind of like standing there swaying, so you release, you come charging in the room, release your arrow, it goes just past Thalin's head, straight into the neck of this guy's. On the shaft, he's just like he's grabbing hold of it, and as he does so, he just falls to the floor, like spitting blood out. And he's now dead.
Arbo's dead.
Thalin went flying.
Upside down flying.
Thalin's like, yes. Okay, do you want to move any more?
Question: was he able to reach that high? How is he able to reach? Isn't he Trin? Oh, how tall's Trin? Sorry, I'm thinking different. I'm sorry, I was thinking Drake. My bad.
And it was a bow as well.
Okay, yeah, sorry. No.
It wasn't a stab.
I thought it was a stab. Sorry.
Well, unless I rolled a 1, I might have hit someone.
Josephina?
Okay, because I feel like I'm not doing very well with my bow in the last couple of fights.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Produce Flame and hurl a fire attack on Roma. I'm gonna run into the room.
Yeah.
Just to the left of the door. Produce the flame in my hand, and at what's his name again? Roma.
Yeah.
Roma.
Last name
Like
Campbell.
a baseball. Yeah, he's been burnt a few times.
Then poisoned.
Okay, let's have a look then. Thank God for that. 20.
That hits.
And 1d8 of fire damage. That one, is it?
Yeah. Is that the one? No.
No, it's 10.
Yeah. 6 points of damage. Okay, so this flame just you trying to throw it like a baseball, almost hits him once again in the face. He's just like, it burns, it burns. And he's like the alcohol's almost like flaming up as he does so. He's in a really bad way at the moment. I mean, you would be if you had 3 lots of fire just trying to. It's like, that's the end of your turn.
That's it. I'll stay there where I am.
Okay, Thalin, you're next. And then
I-
Bryn after that, please.
I really want to throw a keg at him, but I will just run up and swing at him again.
Throw a kid at him.
Keg.
Keg.
I thought you said a kid.
God. Where would I find a kid? The closest thing
I
is a
don't know.
halfling.
I thought you meant one of these halflings.
You can borrow mine.
There's
It's
no
hard work.
goats
You can't-
around.
Now look, you
I can't.
you never want to throw kids at your enemies. That's no way to get their goat, okay?
Better to find a
Ah,
good dwarf.
dear. Yeah, dwarves, they fly better.
Roll to hit,
Dwarves,
please.
dwarves are good for throwing.
No.
Damn Lord of the Rings.
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
Um,
Except
That's why we're halflings.
Except
We're
for a Mrs. Dwarf.
That's why we're
17.
halflings. Except it's a
16 hits.
Get him, Talon. Get him.
He's ghost.
15
Damage.
damage.
Ooh. He's so toast.
You can finish him off. Finish him.
Let's try and right through the waist section, just split him in two.
What, like just a chop
Play.
clean like.
Let's have his top half like fall next to his bottom half, and he's
Whoa, so he takes a swipe right over my head.
You kind of just like basically
just right over his head.
Drake just kind of ducks a little bit as you just side swipe him as the blade just goes straight across, and the body just stays there, like your blade just passes through almost like through butter, and it just stays there. Then all of a sudden it just goes and drops down and then falls into a pile on the floor.
And his last is
There's a lot of blood everywhere at this point as you just chopped him in half, but he's definitely dead.
his last words. Oh, at least it wasn't a fireball.
Yeah. It burns. No, it doesn't. Oh, okay.
With the last of my
No, it
movement,
doesn't.
I'd make as far as I can over towards the dark section. That
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're there, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're about 30, so you can get into the dark section, I would say.
just see what I can see.
You can't see
Nothing.
Or
You
feel.
can just-
it. You can see nothing, literally nothing.
Right. Nothing.
Magic, you have to be magical second level or above to see through this dark. See anything.
You need tremor or some. You need some kind of abilities, but you need
Okay,
Special sunglasses.
special stuff to see.
that's everybody dead, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Dead or
so
unconscious.
as
Can we loot now?
as Stalin like slices through this one, he kind of turns around, looks for the darkness, and just heads towards it. You just see him disappear as he goes into this dark sort of corner of the room. You're now out of initiative lock, so
Hold
what
on,
do you
hold
guys
on.
want to do?
There's one thing. If we are aware that's Baron, then
There's
we're
one
not-
left.
Then we're not going to attack him. If for those who aren't aware it's Baron, we have to act like we're still going to attack him.
Oh.
Yeah, but
All right, Baron, it's safe. You can come out now.
Yeah. Put the sword and the bow away.
What are you talking about? There's no Baron here. If I come out from the shadows, none of you guys is going to shoot me. Is that possible? Because your friend the Baron is here. Do you mind? And then I'm step out of the shadows as the Baron. Taking
Put away weapons. Oh.
so as you step
Shoot
as you
me.
step out, you're first of all still a red brand, and then you kind of pull this mask off your face, and as you do so, all your clothes just turn into a dark, black, thick smoke, and they just start webbing around you, and all of a sudden it goes, and you see it all soak up into this mask, and just forms the shadow around you just into this mask, and you just kind of slip the mask away, and you now look back like the Baron.
What took you so long, my friends? How are you?
Baron! So that's
Before any of you guys think about taking any of this gold, it is mine. I want it completely fairly.
20 gold pieces of that is mine.
Would you like to play for a game for Knuckle?
No.
I can just set up the table, my friend.
No. I
Simon,
go over and
um,
pick up my 20 gold off the floor.
And I'm going to collect the rest of the gold. How much gold was there, Ms., that I'll roughly collect?
Do an investigation. Is it investigation? Investigation for me.
Investigation.
Well, is it investigation to find stuff on the floor?
I don't know.
I think so.
I've got this D&D thing. Hang on. Investigation. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I don't mind doing investigation. I have a +6. It's fine. Yeah, and I needed it as well because my dice throwing today is shit. 6, 3, 13. 7 and 6.
13, did you say?
13, yeah.
Okay. So on top of what you threw into the pot, you also find. Give me one moment. You find slowly. Take your time. It takes you probably a good 10 minutes or so to scrape all this coin together because it's kind of like just splashed all over the room. But you find equivalent to about 75 copper pieces, 55 silver pieces, 25 is it ethereal pieces? I think no. I can't remember what that one is now.
Ethereum? Wait, there's something else. There's something else.
How many was it?
Electrum?
75
Electrum, that's the one. I just can't remember it then. You find this fake stuff.
What was the Electrum stuff? How many Electrums?
22.
22.
Electrum.
So
And
Yeah,
15 gold.
15 gold. Perfect. And sorry, how many silver did you say?
55 silver.
55.
Meanwhile, Marilee's in the door, like, what?
Anda?
What? Oh, is this your friend?
You should
Is
just
this?
attack him. I wouldn't.
Don't. Hello.
He's stealing our treasure. Get him!
Somebody write that number down.
Have you joined this merry bunch of, what did you call yourselves? Bushwhackers?
It was once.
Oh, I didn't know they were called that.
Now twice.
It's unofficial. It's unofficial.
Oh, this is rather bizarre. What an odd thing to call yourselves.
Bushwhacking just comes up in conversation.
It does
Trim weeds.
Okay.
So,
It's also a code word.
what brings you guys here? You did need to kill these fools. I'd already poisoned half of them. The only person I hadn't poisoned in this room was Bryn, who came in this terrible disguise. Luckily, these guys were blind cold drunk.
Well,
Any fool could see that he was not one of the red brand.
well, to be fair, I only met these guys outside the secret entrance, and I think if you are their friend, then you are one of the gentlemen that escaped from the jail, are you not?
I was, yes. We had a very interesting adventure.
I'm here because I was following you, and then I stopped following you.
Oh, well, that's.
I got a bit lost. Okay, it happens from time to time. I get lost.
Yes, women and maps. It's very difficult.
No, I think you'll find I did not have a map,
direction.
which is why I got lost. So
sense of direction. I understand.
Baron, I'm glad you're back. I kept asking the group, like, shouldn't we be like looking for Baron? And everyone's like, no. I'm like, but Baron is like, no, but he's gone this way. I'm like, no, but let's go look for Baron.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I understand. We only met each other a few times. We went on an adventure, killed some things. It's fine. I understand. You didn't need to rush to my aid. I understand. I had everything completely under control.
We did go looking for you in jail, and you just weren't there.
It's good to see you again.
Quick interjection while
You should be proud. We trusted you.
Quick interjection while the conversation's going on. I just want to move to the door and usher Marilee in, and I'm just explaining. Listen, while you guys talk, I'm just going to cover the hallway. So right here by the door, half in the room, half out of the room. I'm peeking down the corridor, keeping my eyes open for that the patrol that we heard. Yeah, the patrol we heard earlier, and I make sure everybody is inside the room. so that
Okay.
you won't get spotted.
Okay.
Drake, while you're doing that, can you close the door of the other room?
Good idea.
Okay,
Baron.
I run over and close the other door and then come back and
Yes, Joe.
do the check.
Did you get any useful information while you were locked up with those red brands?
Well, I
Or
did
you just
actually.
spend the time playing games?
Playing gambling and playing games.
It's a habit of his.
That is what I'm worried about.
Well, the moment of opportunity arose to make some coin and to gather some information. I was, I found some information. I found it. You know what I did find out actually? When I look at my notes, and I'll tell you in a second. What the Baron found out
Just
was,
Someone clip that, please.
Blaststaff, if you don't know already, is the gentleman by the name of Larno. Larno, is that the name? Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't think anyone actually knows how to pronounce someone yet.
I have the wording. I'm not sure about the spelling.
It's the gentleman that Sildar. It's the gentleman that
Yarno.
Sildar. Gentleman that Sildar was after. He's an interesting chap. I only met him briefly, and I knew rather quickly that it was a good opportunity to slip away, which I managed to do whilst he was murdering one of the colleagues for, shall we say, a little introduction and getting all tangled up. So I managed to get away and then change using my mask, as you can see. We managed to just scout out the area, understand a little bit more of our enemy, and then I managed to find my way here. And I was just about to escape and try and find you guys, but seems that I didn't need to because you're already here, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So, shall we be gone? Shall we get going? Because the guards that you heard earlier, they will be returning fairly quickly on their routine patrol. So, unless we want to take them out, I suggest we maybe move on through this building.
Baron, because you've been with them for some time, you've been in like this whole evening and everything. You know that the guards go on patrol and refill the lamps every 2 hours because they're like oil burnt, and they go back and refill them because you had to do all the duties once.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much actually about the guards. Just checking my time, just looking at my watch. They'll be gone for about another hour whilst they go and get more oil and do the lights. The mask. I can judge it on the mask, how long the mask time was going to run out.
Just one thing, I disarm Gala, take all the weapons off, but I'm not into the, what do you call it? It's not in my nature to kill women if I don't have to. So if one of the ladies wants to slit her throat, or we can maybe just tie her up and put her in the other room, or weaponist, she can roam around and maybe become dessert for the Nautic.
Charming as ever, Bryn, I see, slitting women's throats.
I'm just not doing it. Well, we just got to remember there's one person left here that's not dead, and if there's in an hour and a half, we're going to get a patrol come through here. They might revive her.
If you were averse to killing her, I suppose you could always put her in one of the barrels.
It's always an option.
There's bound to be an empty one. Just pop her in, put the lid on. It's fine. She'll be all right.
The only problem with that is the fact that half of the floor is now covered in this gentleman's guts, whilst our friend here, the lovely orc, sliced him in half and there's sprayed blood everywhere now. Unless anybody has got any sort of cleaning, anyone got any cleaning, a mop, maybe a bucket, we could, because otherwise I think the guards are kind of going to notice a massive pool of blood and guts on the floor, plus all of these other dead.
We could use your
Actually, last time, the guards didn't come into the other room. Did they enter this room? I'm asking Baron. When the guards did their rounds to fill the lamps, did they enter this room?
No. There's no lamps here in this room. We already have the light.
So we can just gag her, put her in a barrel, close the doors.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
There are lamps in that room, because otherwise no one will be able to see anything. It's bright. They're all brightly lit rooms, but because it's a common room that everyone gathers in, it's generally seen that people within there will top the lamps up while they're in there. So they didn't come in.
I walk up to Aloria.
There's always a chance they could come in.
You feel this tug on your sleeve and you go, by the way, where's your goblin?
Droop, darling, where are you?
He's like, you can hear this, but he's in the other room, shut behind the door. Drake shut him in the other room.
Oh, bless him. Good. Give me a moment. Let me go and get him. He seems to have got himself stuck. This silly thing. Let's go. I'll just go and get him. I'm going to go and retrieve Droop and have him follow me in, holding onto the back of my blouse to follow me.
As you open the door, he's just kind of like rocking back and forth, like looking around, like surrounded by these dead bugbears, just like. And as you walk in, he goes, "Ha! Help! Oh, good. Help me!" And he kind of just goes.
Come on, darling. Come on, Droop, dear. Come on.
Grabs the back of your wrap.
It's been good. It's been very good. Very good.
Come on, just stay behind me. Hold on, and stay with me, and I won't let anything happen to you. Come on.
Good. Would have been a disaster if we forgot about him.
It's like having a damn pet, isn't it? Come on, come on.
He follows you in, like holding on tight, almost like pulling you back a little bit as he does so. You sort of like dragging you across the floor, like.
Oh, I know how that feels. I have a husky.
There you go.
I'll take this opportunity to investigate the room.
Yeah.
Can I? While he's doing that, can I ask Baron the layout of other rooms, seeing that he's been hanging with these?
Well, that would be telling, mate.
No, I mean.
Roll for investigation, please.
Is this the only room you've seen?
But is it okay? I mean, like, you know.
Whose side are you on, Baron?
Would you mind?
Well, if you had come a bit faster, then maybe you might have found some more information. No, I'm only joking. Yes,
I did ask.
Of course. I understand.
And feed him to the Nordic.
Yeah.
Can you roll investigation, please?
I understand. Yes. There's some stuff here.
Please elaborate.
Do you want me to tell you what you see?
What kind of stuff? Like
it'll be up to the DM. You
basically, since coming there, the Baron has been on a patrol with them a little bit, and he's walked around the Nothic cave. And then because it was like they'd been on duty out and they'd been captured, they kind of went straight to the common room. So he hasn't actually been anywhere under the dungeon other than in and down into the common room mostly. So he doesn't know the layout.
Oh, okay. So just the fun.
I'm fit.
I may have some other information, but
I have some other bits, but I am fibbing as if I know a bit more. Really.
I would like to just like dude, I'm like call it close. I'm like, seriously, is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
Insight check.
I was. Yeah, you can.
Seriously? Inside check?
If that's what it takes.
You can. Maybe not as now. Not
like
the time.
if he's saying stuff and you don't think like if he says that'll be telling and things like that. If you don't believe what he's saying, you can do an insight check on him to see if you believe him or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would he lie? Oh, okay.
You probably don't know, do you?
Not lying.
Hey! You've just walked in with a complete stranger. You walked in with a complete stranger with a goblin attached to the back called Droop. I'm not like completely sure what's going on.
What's Baron's race?
Just like
tiefling.
Tiefling.
So clearly somebody in this room's being a bit racist there, like with the tiefling. I know they have a history of being liars, but you know, so don't they do?
They've been around Baron for a few days now. They know.
They know.
They know what they know. He's a liar.
A bit of a gambler, a bit of a liar.
He's a fibber.
Just use intuit to discern. You know, investigation or what does the shadow DM say?
quite.
What
What
do
do
you
you
mean?
need to know about me?
Miz, I
have you
rolled
asked
a
him?
19 to investigate the room.
Okay.
What did you do on me? Was it an investigation? Did he do on me, or was it?
Insight,
no.
it should have been.
No, Bryn, sorry, was
Inside, probably inside, yeah.
I don't know. Is someone trying to see whether you're lying or not? Or are they
I
not?
am. I am.
Do I need to roll that? Sorry,
Okay, so you need to.
I do.
So Artex, you need to roll a insight check. Baron, you need to roll a. Well, it's up to you whether you are actually trying to deceive them or not. You could roll deception if you wanted to.
19.
I'm not going to deceive. I'm not feeling like I'm going to try and deceive him. So I guess he kind of knows the situation.
Okay, so you get the sense that he's holding something back. He knows a bit more, but he's not willing to share it.
So I approach Baron, and I'm like,
Bryn, it's Bryn. He's still searching the room.
okay.
Sorry, yeah. So
Okay,
as you look around, you just noticed more on a glance that there's like furniture around. There's lots of owl kegs and stuff that's been scattered around the room. A lot of them seem to be empty now. Like Baron had got them to drink quite a lot of drink before you had got there. You noticed on the opposite side of the room that there is another wooden door, and other than that, everything else seems like normally what you would see in a kind of common room for guards and things like that.
I'll check
There's bits of food and stuff.
I'll check the empty kegs to see if there might be a false spot on them or anything. If they're just empty kegs, move them around, see if there's anything behind them, that kind of thing. Do a cursory check of the walls, and then listen at the door.
Okay, so as you look around, you go to the door. As far as you can tell, you can't hear anything through it.
Okay. Is that a window next to it?
Where?
Right there, where the yellow person.
No. Oh, it might be the shadow thing that I've got on, so you can't see.
Is that supposed to be a solid?
At least of all. Yeah.
To the left of the door, is that supposed to be solid?
Yeah, that's all solid. Yeah. It's
okay.
just because it's the only way I can cover the map up. What it does is it blanks the tiles, even though it's touching them and not completely uncovering them. It blanks the thing up.
That's fine. I just wasn't sure. What's behind this
walked
door,
over.
Baron?
Sorry?
What's behind this door?
I don't know, actually. It's the honest truth. I've just been in here gambling. I haven't had a chance to go through the door. I was considering it as an emergency in case these fools started to try anything. But no, I haven't been through the door. Would you like to go through?
As soon as you've searched the bodies, looking at the group.
There was the coin. There was the ring, Miz, that the gentleman put down on the table.
You didn't find it.
I didn't find it at all when I was picking
When
up
you were
the
searching, you didn't find it. Now.
What's it look like?
Must be on
ring. As far as
It was there somewhere, but from your investigation, you couldn't. Kind of looked everywhere, didn't see it.
Couldn't pick it. I didn't. Okay.
Fair enough.
Did Bryn hasn't found it, has he, in his little search rummage either?
Bryn, what did you say you rolled again? Was it
19?
Okay, yeah. I'd say while you were glancing around, sort of checking everything for traps and things like that, you notice stuck between the gap of two bricks, the ring that you saw the gentleman take off and put in as a bed. So yeah,
I think
you found that.
Bryn, that belongs to me.
Mine.
Did you see him find it?
Depends what he wants to do. He might want to sleight of hand it so you didn't see it.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19 on sleight of hand.
Oh, was it right on sleight of hand?
I didn't see
So,
it.
can you can do a? No, I'd say. Are you active?
He can roll.
I'm actively looking for it. I'm actively interested.
Okay, you're active, so you can roll perception then to see whether you
Yeah.
saw it.
This is so with a 19 that he rolled. Fuck you.
Right. That'll be the 19.
That's why everybody's like, yeah,
It's
go on, you can
possible.
roll for it.
It's possible.
It's
You
fine.
can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
13.
What's your perception?
10 plus 3, 13.
Okay.
And the
So you
morality.
look round, you're
Fighting.
still kind of looking, you don't find it.
Okay.
While everybody's searching around, I walk over to the table and I eat that piece of cheese and the chicken.
I was looking at it earlier on. I was like, it looks.
Well, I first sniff it to make certain it's not. But if it's okay, I eat the cheese and the
I need
chicken.
you to roll a constitution save.
I'd rather you eat the cheese than cut it. So, you know.
Whilst
Yeah.
nobody drink any of
Ooh.
the
4 Constitution.
Okay, you are now poisoned.
Nobody.
Bad pie.
No, nobody.
No
Don't.
touchy-toochy.
Sorry, Bryn. I forgot to mention whilst I was looking for this damn ring. Nobody touch anything. It's all poisoned. I'm afraid, just in case. It was a backup plan. I'm surrounded.
How much it was? Hang on. I have advantage against poison.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Get another roll then, don't you?
So what do I do?
Fucking halflings.
Nice cheese.
Is it resistance or is it an advantage against poison?
I have an advantage. Advantage against
cheese.
poison.
Against cheese. Okay, yeah, roll again then.
What do I add to it? Sorry, I've never had to do one of these before.
Constitution modifier, so the plus number next to your constitution.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
so plus
Constitution
4.
save.
Okay, so the first one was a 8, was a 4 plus 4.
It's a save, yeah, constitution save.
Constitution save.
Which is your
Yeah,
Constitution modifier plus your proficiency.
Okay, the next one's 17.
Then you
Plus
got
You're proficient in it.
No, I'm
so
not
you-
proficient in it.
You don't get proficiencies in flat out
Yeah, that's why it's a save. not a-
rolls.
Yeah.
So if you're asked for a strength roll, a strength save, a dex save, a con save, you don't get any proficiency modifiers on that. It's only if you're asked for something like an arcana check or a history check.
Yeah, something you're actually proficient in. You can't be proficient in strength. Anyway, so you take a bite of the cheese. It tastes off. It tastes awful, but you swallow it anyway, and you kind of feel this poison start ebbing through you. And as you do so, you kind of just burp, and then the feeling kind of just dissipates, and you kind of shake it off, and you go, okay, not bad.
Oh, lovely sound effects.
No expense spared here.
No.
None
We go the
whatsoever.
extra mile.
What do you use to give yourself enough gas for that? Is it beer or is it?
Much beer.
There's a pump.
Such
Well,
wow.
So after searching the bodies, do we find anything on any of them?
All the money has basically been chucked. They literally, Baron has been wiping them out. All the money was chucked onto the table. The reason the other one was standing out because he was already out of pocket as well. So you find basic, like empty coin pouches. Their weapons are like crude weapons. You can find like a couple of daggers and an axe and things if you want to take
So
those,
nothing
but
worth, so-
nothing worth much.
What kind of axe?
I was just thinking, can we throw the weapons onto the brazier so that they become even more useless?
Can.
If you want.
Just never leave a dagger behind your back.
Well, you know, if they're decent, we can come back later and sell them.
Have you seen donkeys that can carry this for us?
We
Anyway,
may come across some.
What are you guys doing?
okay, we don't have to do that. I'm fine.
This door is.
If you want to do that, you
I'm
can
still-
I'll say you
I'm
just
still feeling a
gather the
bit off from the
I'll say
cheese.
you gather the
So-
weapons up and chuck.
Bad cheese.
I have a question. Baron, when you guys came through the entrance with the Nothic, how did the Red Brands pass the Nothic without being attacked? Did they use a code or what?
I was asleep at the time. I have to apologize.
was very tired.
You can sleep and walk.
Nice
Yeah.
massage.
Yeah, I don't
No,
believe
I wasn't.
that.
I wasn't walking.
As far as you could tell, nothing happened. You just walked past. In fact, you probably weren't even aware that there was a nothing there.
I think I was maybe daydreaming, or I'm not sure. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention. There was nothing that I visibly or audibly heard that enabled what you speak of. I wasn't aware of anything.
Oh, so
I
it
was
didn't
more
talk to you in
worried.
the head. It didn't speak to you.
Lots of
Oh,
things
that's
speak to me, but nothing in this instance that I can remember.
Oh, that's a shame. I'd like to have heard what he said. They do
Yes.
say some interesting things.
Yeah,
I
ask me for
don't generally,
trout.
as a rule, I look the way I look. If I start saying I'm hearing things, and it's all going to go very messy very quickly. So I tend to avoid saying if I've been hearing things in my head, kind of as a rule.
Do we
I
want
don't know
to
about
check
you. I
this
mean, if
out?
you hear things, it's fine, and you want to tell me about the things you hear in your head, it's fine. I understand.
It might
Oh,
be
I
the
hear
same thing.
I hear many things in my head, but it's usually my cat. So
Your cat.
my cat.
What's a cat?
What do you mean? What's a cat? You know what a cat is? You know, a small fairy thing that goes meow.
That's push.
Is that,
Where
I
is
thought
your
that was
cat at this
considered- I
point?
thought those were considered food. No.
No, dear, it's a pet.
You've been away for too long.
Oh dear, I think maybe you I think yes, I'm not quite sure what to think at the moment. You don't eat cats. Only big cats if you have to hunt them in the wild, not a little cat. You wouldn't get much meat off it. Come on. They like all ribs and fluff.
At this point, Droopy goes,
We have meat of cats. Cats feed goblins all the time. They can be quite tasty, actually. If you
Get kebabs.
and then he looks around, everyone's sort of looking at him.
Never mind. Never mind.
From now on, Droop, can I just recommend if you see a big white fluffy cat with violet
Like that one
eyes,
up there.
like that one up there, you don't eat it. He would not be very. He can get a little bit grumpy.
I can have a little bit. Okay.
No. He will get grumpy, and you won't like him when he's grumpy. He's not really. He's not
Things
really a
tend
cat.
to get
Droop.
grumpy around me all the time.
I can't fathom why.
Do we,
You want to eat that cat like I want to eat you.
No.
Drake, what have I told you?
Wow. This group is weird.
Fucking weird.
10 points for Mr. Sherlock over there.
Fine,
Okay, guys.
fine, but if you eat the
Alan.
cat, I'm eating him.
Dallin, son of Warrock, are you ready to go into this next room?
I'm
Always ready.
ready.
All ready. I'll get the door for
Let's do it.
I'm going to the
You
door.
can have a look first.
So how
What
long
are
have
we
we
doing?
been, how long have we been in here then, Miz? Just so that I'm aware for my darkness spell to see if it's dissipated or not.
This conversation, I would say, has probably been 20, 30 minutes, something like that.
It's gone.
Especially with the investigation of looking around.
Yeah.
and everything else.
It's gone. No more
And you know
darkness.
this. So it's not a spell that you can just dispel.
He'll get back to you on that one.
Only if it was a
I'll tell you,
concentration.
I'm not sure. I'd have to check.
Only if it's a concentration spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk about. I'll look into it. I need to know because it's a brand new spell, so I don't know all the facts on it. So.
Okay.
I'll try the door and see if it's locked.
Before we tackle that, I closed the door to the room we came in, so that nobody
Okay.
walks past and sees this.
Carnage.
Carnage.
Yeah.
Okay, so the door kind of closes. You're all now inside.
Okay.
I mean, we're not going to march straight into this, out of this room, into the next room, are we?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why
why
not?
not?
We're all healthy.
We can do it.
1 minute, my friends. Before we go, let me just do one thing. And I put my mask faces on it. Change back.
Okay, so as you do so, the mask sort of like almost like sinks into your face, and again, all this dark shadow sort of starts forming up and going over you, forming mystic like cases you, and then turns into your new disguise.
You ready? You ready, my friends? Let's go on a little adventure. Yeah, let's go.
When we're done here, when we're done here, Mr. Baron, I really need to have a look at that because that is fantastic. I really need to look at it. That's amazing. Oh, let's go.
I like your face.
I'm going to touch it and marry it.
Slightly blushing, the Red Baron opens the door and walks through the door rather.
Okay, so you just step out into the corridor.
I do, yeah.
I'm confident. I'm in full disguise. I'm not expecting anyone to.
Alan, why is he on the floor? Okay. Oh, this is all. As you exit the door into the corridor, you once get greeted by the dressed stone walls carrying. It just flows out through the room that you're in. You see again four lanterns on the walls, burning the oil. They've been recently topped up, and you notice across the hall yet another door, and then the corridor leans up the same direction but from the opposite side. It's kind of like a mirror image of the one you walked down to get into the common room. So this goes back on itself towards, to be presumed, back towards the cave.
Okay.
Baron,
can I hear
where are you going, Baron?
Sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go for a wander and find out what I can find. If I see anything, I will. If you want me to, I will obviously come back. But I thought it might be prudent as I'm able to dress.
You're more than welcome to join me in your disguise as well, Bryn, if you'd like to.
We can pretend to be Red Brand and go for a wander, find some information.
We've got a door right here that we've got to investigate.
This is the door that I was going through, wasn't I? Or was I going through it?
You went into the hallway.
Did I?
Give me a moment because of the.
It's okay.
The fog.
Sorry.
For the fog. It revealed too much.
It's okay. I understand. Sorry, I thought that's what I was doing.
Sorry, if I was.
I was standing there with the door, and I thought Fallon was ready, and then you just walked through the door, and it's like, and then he started describing. It's like that's the wrong door.
Oh, is it?
This is the cupboard.
Yeah.
I think I can do.
I must still be.
Dadgummit architects. What have I told you about all this fog?
It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me.
So I'm trying to understand. So I walked into the hallway where what's his name is at Thal's at.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where I figured I was there.
Okay.
It just sounded different. It's all cool.
Did it?
Sorry, yeah, I walked through the
It's a
door.
very similar hallway.
Just give me 2 seconds. There we go. Boom. Oh no, you can't. No, well, never mind. You weren't supposed to see that. But no. All right, there's a hallway there and a room. So you're now in this hallway.
Okay, so I'm in the hallway. Obviously, I see a door in front of me, and then I see a corridor to the right. But I can see that it turns to the right, so I can't see anything. So I'm going to go through the door right in front.
Okay, just a quick question. Ms., is any of the Red Brand that are dead in here near to my height, 1 foot taller than my character?
Yes, for one Fallon chopped in half.
No, they're all taller than you.
Yeah, but
good few.
Good few feet. So not one is. Oh, darn. Okay, then bugger that idea. Then carry on.
Okay, so you did at the moment, Baron and Thalin, you out in the corridor?
I'll move into the corridor as well. Over to the left side.
Come on.
Give us a little. Listen.
We'll shout. What was it? Bushwhackers, was it, or something like that? You were saying. It said it very quickly, very loudly, and I was very surprised. I thought some pussy had walked in the building. I was totally confused.
Do an investigation check on the door if someone says they're listening.
All right.
So many of you can stand in this corridor, by the way.
Why the fuck are we investigating the door? Look at us. We're completely dressed like them. They're not going to think anything. Let's just go through this fucking door.
I can't see anything. That's the third one tonight.
So you listen after
So he's doing that, and I'm just gonna fucking put my hand on the door to open the door to go.
Okay, so as he's kind of like leaning against it, you just kind of push him out the way and just open the door.
Fucking idiot. Let's get in here. Look, no one can tell that.
I will hit him.
Hide, you big oaf. People are going to see you.
I just
You're
go
gonna
walk
walk
right
straight
past, right into the room, pushing Baron into it.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
How have you not survived this long?
In for a penny, in for a pound.
And Baron go into the room. Okay, interesting.
The act of stealth is clearly, and hiding is completely lost on this party.
As you enter the room, you look around and you notice that this seems to be what looks like a wizard's workshop. You notice a rat scurry across the floor and run out across the room in through a hole in the corner of the room. You see large work tables in the corner where the rat sort of ran towards. You see all sorts of like distillation coils, jars, and all this alchemical stuff all bubbling away. You see that to the left and right of the room, there's bookshelves full of parchments, books, all sorts of different pieces of paper sort of laying around, and some strange looking kind of tombs there as well. Tomes, however you want to say it. Tomes even, not tombs. There might be tombs as well. I mean,
could be both.
Pile of books, a bit of both of the way like you lot are going through. Yeah, and you just kind of get this sort of smell of like things burning and bubbling away, and there's not the room's empty apart from there's no one in there. You notice a door to the north. Is it north? No, that's east end of the room as well.
Merrily, I think you're going to step up and investigate this sorcerer's chamber.
She's not the only one.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Well, you knew Gladstaff slightly. Maybe you'll.
Probably his room, isn't it?
Okay.
Glove.
Okay, let me have a look. Now, there's nobody or nothing in there, is there? Nothing alive at all?
Just a mouse. I saw a mouse.
Yeah.
A rat.
A mouse? Wait, hang on. Sorry, stop. Wait a minute. A rat, did you say?
A rat.
Mm-hmm.
Juicy rat at that.
Can he shapeshift is actually my question.
I don't believe he can shapeshift. I don't believe he could shapeshift, but let me just check something.
The rat goes, "Can I eat the rat?" Not the rat, sorry, the droop goes, "Can I eat the rat?"
Yes.
We eat rats as well, if you won't allow me to eat the cat. I'll eat a nice rat.
Maybe Rune could catch the rat.
That first room was much more fun.
Hang on a sec, guys. I just need to check something with the DM. It's
that first room was a lot more fun. You missed it, Baron. There's 3 big fuckers right there.
okay. I've checked.
Seconds.
It's all good. You said you saw a rat.
Yep.
Well,
Big rat.
shit. Well, shit. That's all I can say here. Gladstaff, well, Iarno's familiar as a rat.
Oh, great.
If the rat saw people in here, saw anyone, saw anything, you can bet it will run to Gladstaff.
At least we don't have to look
I
for
believe
him.
there's a word that is usually thrown around the tavern, and I think it goes bollocks. I think that's how it goes. Is it bollocks? Is that how you say it?
But not in a nice way.
Droop goes,
Bollocks.
Any chance of catching that rat?
Did Did the people that entered the room saw where the rat went in?
The hole.
No, it went. There's like it went under a work table that was in the corner of the room.
The work table.
Yeah.
Burn the room.
Okay. Looking around the room,
Droop, get it.
Do I recognise the instruments? And as I'm looking around, I'm going to say, Droop, if you spot a rat, feel free to catch it or kill it or something. It has to get to Glassstaff to let him know things. So unless he's doing the same trick I did, but never mind. If you see the rat, catch it.
Sick 'em, Droop, sick 'em.
Feel welcome to eat it as well. I'm not feeling very generous at the moment.
You see the goblin like run over to the corner of the where it is, and he just starts shaking the wooden desk. Hey, come out! I want to eat you. Come out.
Do I recognise anything in this room from my studies with the
I think an arcana check for me, please.
I'm going to do the same with the sorcerer, so I'm checking the books, tables, everything else as well.
Right. Do you want to do that then as an advantage on the roll, or do you want to do that as a separate roll?
I'll do it as a.
You two would do. Oh, it's up to you guys.
Yeah. Do the advantage one.
The advantage one. Oh.
Yeah.
What's your Arcana bonus?
Hold on. Oh, darn it. It is. Yeah, it's just a +1.
Mine's a +6. So do you want me to roll for the advantage? Yeah. Okay. Oh well, that's good. That first one was a 3. The second one is a 14. So +6, 20.
Okay, so
Thank you.
As you look around, you notice that these are Iano's alchemical mixtures. Basically, it's he's been dabbling in alchemy, trying to make potions and things like that. You can see that from looking at the way he's got it set up, he's trying to brew potions of invisibility.
Ooh, those are always good.
Okay.
Is he succeeding?
So far, it doesn't look like it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Iano is attempting to brew potions of invisibility, and it smells like he's failing. So that's probably for the best.
Smells like
failure. You see some of the bottles just like as they're like boiling away, like fizzing over the top, making.
I'm pretty sure it's not meant. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not meant to do that. I don't think.
As you sort of notice another one, it's kind of like as the chemical goes down onto the desk, it starts eating into the wood of the desk. It's definitely not supposed to do that.
If we look around, is there anything like any ingredient items that are still around? Or...
Books.
Do perception.
Are we playing an MMO?
If anyone wants to look around, do perception check. Well,
I'd like to.
Not everybody. Like...
I want to. Tomes.
Okay, Artex, you roll. Anyone else?
I'd like to look.
Okay, and Josephina.
I'm going to cast guidance.
Okay.
I'm searching with Alaria with everything because it's spells. I'm a sorcerer, so anything that we do magical, I'm doing searching with it.
Okay.
They're searching.
Looking around. Sorry.
Go on.
Looking around, I just rolled a 14 again, and so my investigation is a +6, so 20. Any scrolls or anything fun?
Josephina doesn't find anything, but she does find herself. Oh, look, I'm in here.
I find myself.
So you notice among the books, a lot of the books seem to be written in Dwarvish. Does any of you understand Dwarvish?
No.
Okay, it's up to you whether you tell Bryn. But one of them's in Dwarvish.
I have language. I have Dwarvish.
Right, once he's told me everything that's been found, tell me everything first, and then I'll relay. Yeah.
The rest of it seems to be just scattered scrolls about as far as I can tell. Yeah, just like things that he's been like looking up for different recipes for trying to make this invisibility potion, but they kind of seem to be scribbled notes more than anything. But otherwise, nothing else much of interest.
Okay.
I have Dwarvish.
So flicking through the book, I go, well, one language I can't speak is Dwarvish. Is anybody here proficient in Dwarvish at all?
I have it as a language. I don't know if that means I can read it.
Well, do you want to have a look? Here, see, look. I mean, I can cast a spell to read it.
We have
I can cast
Bryn
a spell
here.
to read it, but it'll take me like it's a ritual. It'll take a while. It might just be quicker for you to read it. So.
Give to Bryn.
Here you go.
Okay, so Bryn and Bryn, you kind of just gather, you gather around this book. You notice that the title of it is, it's by an adventurer named Ermon. Bryn doesn't have Dwarvish, so Bryn's going to have to work this out. So yeah, it has Ermon, and it describes the history of the lost mines of Phandelver. And it tells them about the Forge of Spells. I think I told you more about it, but give me a moment.
Yeah, we don't know about it.
It documents about the background towards how this mine was found and settled, which was I thought we went through this before, which was about more than 500 years ago. There was clans of dwarfs and gnomes, and they made an agreement known as the Phandelver Pact, by which they would share a rich mine in a wondrous cavern known as the Wave Echo Cave. In addition to its mineral wealth, the mine contained great magical power. Human spellcasters allied themselves with the dwarves and gnomes to channel and bind that energy into a great forge called the Forge of Spells, which is what he writes about in the book, where magic items could be crafted. Times were good, and the nearby human town of Phandalin prospered well, but then a disaster struck when the orcs swept through the mines and laid waste to everything that was in their path, basically. A powerful force of orcs, reinforced by an evil mercenary wizard, attacked the Wave Echo Cave to seize its riches and magic treasures. Human wizards fought alongside the dwarves and gnome allies to defend the Forge of Spells, and a few managed to survive the cave-ins and tremors that was the result of the battle, basically. And over time, the Wave Echo Cave was lost. For centuries, the rumors of a buried riches have attracted lots of treasure seekers, which is what Ermon was. He was like an adventurer seeking for the riches and stuff. They look for opportunities around the area of Phandalin, but no one has actually managed to succeed in locating the lost mine. In the recent years, people have resettled in the area. Phandalin has once again become a sort of rough and tumble frontier town for where the mining industry is now back into bloom. So they're mining certain areas, they just haven't found this special cave yet. They are the rock seekers, or the rock seeker was. This is what you were told about back in town, that the rock seekers had found the document that listed where the Wave Echo Cave was. And he mentions in the book that there's a mysterious person known as the Black Spider controls a lot of it, and that controls a lot of the gangs, and the goblin tribes in the area, and he has agents followed the rock seekers in the first place. And that's pretty much what he says in that.
Wow.
On top of that, he records that there is a magic mace. He named it Lightbringer, and he says it was commissioned by the priests of Lathander, or Lathander, yeah, Lathander maybe, the god of dawn, the god of dawn, from the mages working with the gnomes and dwarfs of the Phandelver's Pact. The mace was also lost when the Wave Echo Cave and its mine vanished from history. And that's
so. Merrily, did you get all that? Should I read it again? Should I read it again?
That's okay. I got that. I'm all right. I'll remember. Well, even if we don't remember, Bryn can read it again, and I have a spell to read it anyway, so it's all good. We're fine.
Shortcut.
Shortcut. Always have a shortcut.
Oh, and also, sorry, Merrily, when you were searching around the room, among the glass vials and things like that, you did actually find 3 small bottles tucked away on the back of the workbench. They were holding some rare ingredients. One of them is mercury, the other one is dragon bile, and the third one was powdered nightshade.
Ooh. Tasty.
Nice find.
I hope it tastes better than the cheese.
Mercury, powdered nightshade, and what?
Dragon bile.
Thank you.
Dragon bile.
How's Droop coming along? Has he found the mouse?
He's kind of not really getting anywhere, just shaking it in this rat. You can hear this like squeaking from underneath it, but it's not
I think we
running
should
out.
try moving the cupboard. Can Sally
You want me
try
to move
moving
it?
the cupboard? Yeah, I think see if you can move. Get ready though to catch this rat.
Yeah, everybody needs to get ready for
Everybody
this.
needs to get ready to catch the.
We all get ready.
Yeah.
Just smack.
The ones that have fireballs shoot
Okay.
has a better chance than me with a dagger.
Can I lift it up?
Yep. So you go over to the little it's like just a sort of small writing desk type of thing. And you just like as Droop's like shaking it back and forth, you just grab hold of it and just pick it up, and all of a sudden the rat's there, and he, in like almost a blink of an eye, this goblin just darts down like well practiced, grabs the rat by the back of the neck and just like, snaps it, and then that sinks his teeth in. Just kills
As
that
he
stuff.
does so, he'll probably notice that it goes poof and disappears.
Yeah. He's just like, it's like
I'll stick this thing back down.
On top of Droop.
Paying little
No,
attention
just-
if Droop is still under.
So what happened then with him disappearing?
Oh,
It's magical.
Is he,
Is
is
it
he-
a wizard's familiar. A wizard's familiar is not technically a mortal creature. It doesn't exist solely on this plane. Most familiars are fey spirits, or some are demons, and they take a form that is familiar to us. So familiars.
Familiar.
And rats,
So-
cats, bats, you know.
Were
And
you taking the message back?
you
No,
cannot. No. When they disappear, they go back to where they came from, and he will only be able to speak with Glassstaff when he's been summoned again. Now,
Will you have
it may
a
take a
memory?
while for Glassstaff to notice that his familiar is gone, but I don't know. To be honest, I've never had Rune die on me, as it were. So
Would you like to try it?
I don't quite know. Please do not kill my cat. I don't.
First,
I can eat it.
As much as I know that he'll come back and I can resummon him, it's a ritual. It takes a long time. It's tiring, and it's not very nice. Why would you want to kill a cat? That's just mean.
To eat it.
For the
Components.
Tasty.
for the sake of science.
Who said components?
You're becoming quite unpopular, Droop.
True.
Tasty goblin.
Going off you very rapidly.
I'm just hungry.
We'll
I wouldn't
feed
do
you
it
to the-
though. I would
not
never do
so-
it though. I would never do it. Never.
And so
Have a
am
piece
I,
of-
Droop.
Have a piece of cheese. It's next door.
No, don't eat the cheese. It's bad cheese.
Alan,
Bad cheese.
Bad
ready
cheese.
for another room.
Bryn, can you listen on that room for us?
Take a nice listen at the door.
Yeah, man.
Can you roll again for perception?
I'll move up next to him.
Okay.
Can I
Has
help?
anyone?
Can I help me here? I rolled a 14.
As far as you can tell, there seems to be no noise coming from the other side.
Okay, just a quick question. Has anybody checked this room for secret hideaway places or stuff behind the bookcases and so on? I want to look for anything secretly hidden over there, if nobody has.
Check the bookcases more
We
carefully.
found the rat.
Yeah, just one. If somebody has checked, it's cool. If somebody hasn't checked for secrets, then check.
I don't think they have, so if you want to roll.
No, we haven't.
Yeah. Okay, you say investigation, right?
Investigation for that, yeah. I think. Yeah,
19 plus investigation. Where are you? 20 altogether.
Okay, you say after a thorough search, you don't find anything out of the ordinary in this room.
Okay. No secrets done.
Do we want to go through?
Charge!
I think we should.
I will
Maybe you should go through in
quietly
disguise again.
and slowly.
Quietly, do you want to roll stealth roll for me then, please?
Five total.
Okay, so you kind of like doing it like gently, and as you do so, you kind of like break the handle on the door as you push it open. You just kind of all the iron hinges just go as you open it gently. Are you opening it fully, or are you just peeking in?
It's making noise. I'll open it fully.
Okay.
We are all in this room, correct?
I believe so.
I am.
Even if some of us are standing in the other room.
I believe so.
No. Can I go back and just close the doors?
Yeah. But because we're just role playing it, most I haven't moved everybody in, but
No. It's just I'd like the doors closed in case that firelighters comes around again. Well,
Good,
lighters.
Move them across them just so you can see that the doors are closed behind you. Everything looks normal, like you haven't done anything. Okay.
No blood seeping underneath the doors, nothing.
Oops. So you move this one open. Okay, so as you fully open, you hear the door goes, and you kind of turn around. It's all right, I got it, quiet. You notice that the walls in here, it looks like a bed chamber of probably basically belonging to the wizard. You notice that the walls of this bed chamber are covered with drapes of like a scarlet cloth. The furnishings within the room include like a small writing desk with a matching chair and a comfortable looking bed. And you see a wooden chest at the foot of the bed that's been opened up and half its contents like spilled over.
Doesn't look like there's any much in here.
It's full of contents.
I'll walk in and have a look around. See if there's anything interesting. Or pointy. Or pointy or sharp.
Can I roll perception?
What is it, Thalin? Is it a bedroom?
Looks like it.
I'm gonna follow Thalin in because if this is a workshop, this will be Yano's room. I want to have a look around.
Chests all open. Shit's all over the floor.
Just don't use a black light in there. It could get a bit ugly.
What's a black
No,
light?
I'm worried. I'm just thinking.
Okay. So
if he's heard us,
going in?
Did you say everything's turned over and?
It looks like the chest itself's been opened, and it looks like somebody's been rummaged and took most of the stuff out of it. Yeah, pretty much. It looks like stuff's been grabbed, and the room is now empty.
Does it seem like someone's been in here recently, or has this been turned over a while ago?
You notice that the candles and everything in the room are still burning, and they look like they've recently been put on. They haven't been
I'm going to stand right inside the gap of a door with my little small frame. I want to feel if somebody moves out of this door that I can't see. I don't get in there, but I basically.
Sorry.
I'm
carry on,
worried.
Sorry.
No, I'm remembering that we saw some failed experiments in invisibility. We're seeing a chest that has been hurriedly go through, maybe. Candles still burning. Maybe the guy swallowed his only success. I'd like to throw perception, but I don't know if I'm going to see somebody with invisibility. So I just want to stand in the door and feel if anybody comes through me. Past.
I'll check the cupboard.
Smart.
Looking at this place, I would say that bloody rat got here first.
I'd say, who's in the room at the moment? Bryn, you're in
Me.
a doorway.
Bryn.
You notice on the desk, there's like seems to have been, although most of it seems to be cleared, something's been left behind, and you notice like a scribbled note upon the desk.
Let's go and have a look. Examine the note.
Okay. So among where the note is, you see like various different pieces of papers and notes that are kind of stacked on the desk. On the note itself, you see that there are basically a letter signed to, and I'll just read it to you. It reads, "To your Lord Albrecht. My spies in Neverwinter tell me that strangers are due to arrive in Phandelver. They could be working for the dwarves. Capture them if you can, kill them if you must, but don't allow them to upset our plans. See that any dwarven maps in their possession are delivered to me with haste. I'm counting on you, Arno. Don't disappoint me." And then underneath is just like a signature that just looks like a black spider stamped on there.
I think that
Was
might
it
be
always spiders?
Well, that absolute. I won't. No. Dignity. Dignified.
Why does it always
Bastard.
have to be?
How? Oh.
You know, it's nothing.
I
We
can't
don't have any
believe
maps.
this. Do any of you know anything about this black spider?
No.
Spectre.
I may have heard a few things about the black spider.
Well, what do you know?
He's not to be fucked with, that's what I know. And from what I understand, from what the guards have been saying, he's, well, we don't even know if it's a he or a she, but I'm just going to say it's a he. But it's not somebody you really want to get on the wrong side of.
So it could be fun.
Oh,
It
well,
could be fun, yes.
I don't care. I'm going to find this black spider and I'm going to show him what for. How dare they? Honestly. Oh. Sorry, Baron, you weren't.
Okay.
Iano was my mentor. Iano Albrecht was my mentor.
Okay.
He was trying to, he was teaching me wizardry. He was a member of the Lord's Alliance and he was teaching me wizardry. But all along, all he was doing was trying to get me to join his side to do all this horrible stuff. And now he's got with this black spider. I'm not down with this. This is appalling. This is really bad form.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I'm speaking like this, I don't have to, but because I can and I'm in character, what we can do is we can go and ruin his day and let's go and have a bit of go at this black spider. Because to be honest, I'm a little bit afraid of spiders and I could do with some company because they're a bit scary. I don't know about anybody else here, but I'm a bit scared of spiders.
Yeah, I hear they're a bit leggy.
Really? You like them?
I quite like spiders.
What do they need all those legs for?
Well, for climbing over things, I presume. I've never really asked one.
Yeah. Well, You can talk to spiders there, Josephine. You can talk to spiders.
Josephina can talk to spiders, I'm
I
sure.
could probably talk to spiders. Do you think he really is a spider, though, or do you think that's just a nickname?
I doubt it. I think given that this is a signature, I think it's probably a person. I hope it's a person. Oh goodness, I hope it's a person. It better not be some kind of devil. That would be awful.
Yeah.
Oh dear, now I'm having terrible thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
This is what I'm saying. They just, yeah. They're not nice creatures, are they? Let's be honest.
But hopefully it's not an actual spider.
They don't sound nice because spiders.
Right. Anyway, there's enough about the spiders because I'm getting all chills. And let's talk about something else. Like, what's in that chest? Has anyone looked in this chest?
I'm having the conversation. All you can use is, oh, shinies, shinies. Oh, the droop's already in the chest. Like, starts picking up the gold. Going, oh, these are so shinies. I like shinies.
Let's have a look. Can I pick up Drew? Just move him away.
Mr. Baron, please be gentle with him. I sit down on the bed and I'm just at a point where I'm just like, you know what? No, just no more. I'm frustrated. He's disappeared, and I'm just going to sit down on the edge of the bed, perch. I'm not going to sit too far back. I don't know what's been going on in there. Perch on the edge and.
Liana goes, oh, don't sit on me. No, just kidding.
Mimic. A mimic jumps up and bites you on the arse.
I'll investigate. I'll investigate the nightstand. I think Baron said he was going to investigate the chest. Thalen said he'd investigate the cupboard, and of course Joe was investigating the desk.
Wow.
What? There's a fucking investigation club.
Good, yeah, okay.
Don't worry. Everybody roll.
They all pull out their magnifying glasses and their Sherlock Holmes
mass roll.
I've got one.
I'll
roll just because everyone else running.
I've also got.
I investigate and find something. No, I don't know.
No. I want to check underneath the rug to see if there's a trapdoor.
Or Vasco.
6 minus 1.
Underneath the rug.
Okay, so Thalin, you just look at. Well, you're looking in the chest, aren't you?
In the cupboard.
Oh, in the cupboard. You just open it and go. Close again.
Do we add
Nothing
this
in there.
as well, too?
Yeah.
To that face again.
I got 19. I got 13 and a 6, so I got 19 on investigation.
Okay. Collectively, you all just scatter around the room, start investigating stuff. Baron, you come across at the back end of the room. The wall
in the chest.
Goes across. Well, don't worry about it. Okay, Bryn, you was at the back wall. You were searching, and as you looked at the nightstand, you looked if you noticed that the flow of the bricks on the wall don't make sense. They kind of go and then it stops and juts up slightly. As you investigate further, you notice that the door, there's like a secret door that's been left ajar in his rush to escape. It looks like whoever was in that room has left the door ajar slightly and didn't pull it completely shut. So you notice that there's like a sort of small square door there.
I'd like to check it for traps.
A door is not a door unless it's ajar.
Secret door there.
Investigate it for traps then. Artix is like, yes. You know, I'm wise.
If it has any, I don't see them.
Okay. So do you tell the rest of the group that it's there?
I think I found a secret way out. He might have gone this way. Let's slowly open it up or move see if I can figure a way to open it. Probably swings or slides.
It just swings open. It was like pretty much left open. Basically.
It doesn't need ripping off its hinges.
Bryn.
Well, you can if you want.
Before you go anywhere, and because we're in a room about invisibility, come here a second. So come here. You like this. You're gonna like this. And I'm going to reach out and touch him with my invisibility spell.
Reach out.
He's going to go invisible.
Doesn't touch me.
That's you.
What's that?
So basically, yeah.
Reach out and touch your face.
So a creature you
Yeah.
touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible, as long as it's on the target's person. The spell ends for the target that attacks or casts the spell. There you go. This lasts an hour.
So you're now invisible.
All of us.
No, just Bryn.
No, just Bryn.
Just a technical question. How many spell slots do you have, Baron?
I have, I think it's 4 now. 5, I think now. Hang on, I'll have to check.
For a warlock.
For a warlock, yeah, I believe. That's a cantrip, that one.
A cantrip's the stuff you can just cast for the fun.
Yeah.
No ways.
Yeah, cantrips.
Invisibility is no
So-
ways a cantrip.
It says C on it.
Yeah, that's
Concentration.
Concentration.
To use concentration.
Where is our shadow?
It's a spell. It's a spell. Sorry, my bad.
I'm jet lagged to shit. My brain is still there.
No, it's not a
So
cantrip.
you've used both of your spell slots, is that what you're saying?
I've used
my 2 spell slots. So
Okay.
Armor of Agathis.
Thank you, Baron. This should come in handy.
Okay. So you cast you cast invisibility on him. He's now invisible.
Yeah.
So he's now invisible, so you can now go down that.
If he's hunting an invisible person, I figured him. I'm back to Baron now. If he's hunting an invisible person, I figured it might be useful. Just in case.
Okay. So you leave in the room?
Yes.
Okay. So you leave the room and you enter into yet another corridor with more steps going up. And as far as you can tell, it just looks like a blank corridor with no other way in or out.
I'll search along the walls as I go. Not only looking for a way out and secret passages, but also for hidden traps to catch the foolhardy.
Do investigation again for me, please.
Yes, sir. Natural.
1.
Okay. So at the other end of the corridor, you notice
Yikes.
and yet another secret door that mirrors the one that you've just gone through. You find a way, you just push it slightly and it goes pops ajar. You just noticed that the brickwork was slightly off compared to the rest. You managed to open it, and it leads back into this room that Thalin, I believe, looked at last time.
The one at the end.
Where
of
the
the-
nothing was, yeah. So it's just like a storeroom that has like barrels and crates and things like that in there.
The one that was over the other end of the other side of the
Yeah,
bridge.
so it's the north of the large natural cave. You see the dressed stone walls and the flagstone floors as it leaves from the floor to the flagstone to cave floor. As you can see, it's kind of like been extension onto the end of the cave. You see several barrels of stored up packed up against the walls, and a lot of empty crates with straw for packing. You see like some pry bars and some hammers and nails and things like that. You can then see to the south, the cavern that you were once in before, but from a different angle.
Where the Nothic is.
Where the Nothic is, yeah.
Okay, guys, just quick. I have to get up at 5 tomorrow, so I have to, at this point, just say good night.
No problem. I was going to end it here anyway. I just didn't let everyone do their chat. But
Dude,
yeah,
you're
that's
better
fine.
off to just stay away.
Okay, so I'll see you guys.
That's okay.
Good night.
Catch you later, Derek.
Good night.
Thanks for joining
Good
us.
night.
Ciao, ciao. I'll be just in.
Joe.
Sorry about
The
that.
wreck
That's
collapses.
fine. Okay. Drake just he goes on the bed.
Yeah.
So he's out on the bed. Okay, so what are you guys doing? This is, like I said, we are actually going to kind of wrap it up here anyway. So, if there's any like talk that you want to do between each other, you can do so.
I basically come back to the room and report what I have found, and that more likely whoever was in this
Fell in with the
room has,
halo.
has gotten away, whether it's Liliano or someone else. So
I'll follow
I
you.
imagine we won't be pulling any more surprises past this point.
I think the next step is to cross these bridges, isn't it? Well, we would be across the bridge then.
Correct. Hopefully we won't have to deal with the Nothic again. If we do, we still have some fresh bodies.
We've got lots of fresh bodies.
I'm just going to still be
But-
sitting on the bed, fuming a little bit. Like,
Live treats. Just a question. Time-wise. From entering the first room with the gamblers, Baron, how far are we down on 2 hours?
I would say that lot. It's probably it was about half hour in the gambling room.
Only.
Probably an hour. Only about an hour, I'd say, like maybe max.
Yeah, I'd say about an hour because you had half hour and you killed them in pretty quickly. They were quite drunk. You then looked around for a while, which took you roughly about half an hour. And I would say between investigating these other two rooms, it's probably taken you another good half an hour. So I'd say, yeah, probably about an hour.
Okay, so just a suggestion. We have about an hour to wait for the next patrol or gas lamp refillers / patrol. It gives us 1 or 2 points. We can either take that patrol out and buy us 2 or 3 hours of undisturbed adventuring. Maybe we don't know. Else we know there's going to be an alarm made within an hour.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, as we're talking about the Red Brand and I can do the voice, I know the route that they take. So if we want to take them out, we could potentially disguise ourselves as them and walk the route again if we need to find out if there's any more information at the other end. So people will think that we're putting the lights out, but we're not. We're just on surveillance. So if we want to, I could do that as well.
You're definitely hiding stuff from us, Baron. I don't have to roll perception. to smell that.
I like you, but I'm just checking. Just to make sure, you know. You never know.
About 30 minutes ago, you said, no, you just came in here, went straight to the gambling room and gambled. Now you're telling me you know the routes of the patrol?
Well, I know one of the routes, maybe not all of the routes.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much I trust Baron at all.
It is...
You wouldn't be the first woman, you wouldn't be the first woman.
Check
Can
on
I do
trust
an
me.
insight check on him?
What are you checking now?
I'm checking.
No.
I always check.
Honesty.
Just to be sure.
Okay.
Is he being honest that he's not explored these caves,
okay.
or is he just is there something he's still keeping from us?
So
Just to be sure. Being thorough.
Is that I never know where this is. It's 6 or
That's why it's
was that 9? 9
General.
and 3. 12.
Yeah. As far as you can tell from him, what you know of him, he seems to be genuine. He's done one patrol in there.
Okay.
I still feel skeptical about him.
So 1.
You wouldn't be the first, my love. You wouldn't be the first.
Nice honest.
Taking care of the patrol will help things, but like I said, whoever was in this room is out there, and he's probably spreading a
Know
little bit of
about it
alarm.
already. No, you're correct. I didn't think about that. The longer we wait, the further he gets away and gets time to marshal or set plans in motion.
Marshall.
Do we know that he fled because of us? Or no?
Just assuming worst case scenarios.
Okay.
Well, the large ruckus that was next door sounded more than just a fight over some dice, so Possibly.
Perhaps, but he may also have it might be normal. I mean, the guys here were a bit rough and ready, so he may have just back to it.
He may have been in range of his familiar and gotten information from his familiar without even seeing it. Lady Finbrook, what troubles you so? Why are you so upset over the letter?
I trusted Iano. I thought he was a good man, and a part of me had hoped that perhaps I was mistaken. Perhaps I didn't. Perhaps it wasn't him. Perhaps, but this just proves that. This just proves that he took me for a fool. He took us all for fools. My family, me. And now he's run off, God knows where. But probably to meet with this black spider, and
Damn spiders.
It's just I don't know if I'm going to be able to follow. I just feel like everything that I thought was a lie. I don't know what to do.
Oh, someone needs a hug. Oh.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much, my dear.
She pinches you with a magic missile.
Your face.
Droop gives her a hug. It'll be fine. You're all right.
You've got a new family now.
Seeing that we have question and answer period here, I just have one question for Baron. You were playing the gambling. You were in the gambling room for about an hour and a half, or for.
Well, I had to go for a quick change a few times. But
But you didn't just walk in 5 minutes before.
You're a very curious man, Bryn, I must say.
No, I have a question. The first time Bryn listened at the door, before we had our short rest, I'm dead sure he heard somebody inside the room mention Glassstaff. I'd like to know if you can recall anything of that conversation, or if that was Glassstaff there and then left. But I'm certain. Okay, if I listen back to the VOD, Glassstaff was mentioned.
Well, like I said, I was trying to glean a little bit of information about Glassstaff. I found out his name. I know what he looks like. Briefly, I didn't want to stay around because he was in a piss-ass mood, and I didn't really want to be at the end of one of his beratings, or shall we say murderings. I know a few things about him, but I don't know if this is necessarily quite the time to tell you everything. I think we need to try and chase down this individual, and I will tell you more on the way, shall we? As I find out. But I know probably a little bit more than you, but not much. I promise you. It was.
I was just interested if we missed it.
Most people are generally, most of the Red Brand are terrified of him. To be fair, he has a few things, but I will. There's a few other bits of information that might spring more to light to me. You have to understand is I found lots of fragments of information that I found out from the camp and stuff. So as we go along, I think things will start to become more clear. They don't quite make sense, and if I was to tell them now, I'm not sure they would maybe make sense to you guys. But maybe, like I said, now I don't think is the time to have a bigger conversation. I think now let's find out what's going on here, and then maybe after.
I don't want to hear anything about Iano right now.
Later's fine.
I don't.
Fine.
I don't think I could handle more of right now. Let's tell you what.
It's not the time.
Let's just take a moment. Well, I'll take a moment, and then we can carry on, because from what I remember, there is the potential that he's got some captives here, and at the very least, I want to make sure that you know, if there are any here, that we can at least save them.
Lady Fembrook, may I humbly suggest that you pocket that letter and take it here in case you need proof to show either the Lord's Alliance, your family, or someone
believe
else
me.
at the letter day.
Do you know what's
Believe
brilliant?
me,
Bryn? You're invisible right now where you're talking to her. Just so you know.
Disembodied voice.
She knows my voice, though.
Is that the Nothic again? No.
Could be.
Absolutely. As soon as we return to town, I intend to expose his activities.
We probably
If luck,
shouldn't,
you will take his dead body with
No.
you.
probably shouldn't stay in his bedroom.
No, I don't think so.
Agreed.
I agree.
I know
What?
you.
Probably.
It's a lovely place to rest.
It is, though.
One of the
For
few
sure.
places where I haven't killed anybody in.
What do you say? How much room is in that secret
Bed?
passageway?
How much encumbrance?
How much room? Not a lot. You've got.
We could probably stretch out of there, maybe. No.
Do we need?
Yeah.
We didn't take a lot of damage.
Again,
No.
Do we need a rest?
I'm okay.
I don't think we need a rest, but we need to stop at some point.
Yes, no.
Well, we'll just if everybody's
stop.
finished their chat.
just have us.
Before we wrap it, sorry, darling, what?
I was going to say we could just end it with us heading through the passage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
sounds good.
Who was it that checked the chest at the bottom of the bed? The one that Droop
Baron.
was going through. Okay, so in the chest, once you managed to sort of pull Droop out the way, a few coins were and sort of sprinkled onto the floor. You look inside the chest and you find there is still money inside it. And you see 180 silver pieces. And 130 gold pieces.
130 gold pieces.
Very nice.
You also see a silk pouch.
Sorry.
in there.
Just so I get this right, how many silver was it? Sorry.
180 silver pieces and 130 gold.
This is math. I've got 70 already. What's 180 and 70? Someone help me.
We'll just put it down separately as fines, and then you can do it all later as a calculation. Because it depends whether you're giving any of this stuff away as well.
Well, I
Because don't
thought
forget,
we
you got
should
the 70
share
that you did for the
We can.
competition. So
We
yeah,
can.
you got to decide that. So 180 silver, 130 gold.
Silk pouch.
You found a silk pouch. And that's it.
Yep.
Was there anything in the silk pouch?
There is.
There's always something in the silk pouch.
Do you want to look in the silk pouch?
I would like to look in the silk pouch, if that's okay.
I would like to look in the silk pouch as well.
You all would like to look in the silk pouch. But I'm
Who
holding.
would not like to look in the silk pouch?
I'm holding the silk pouch right now.
I don't want to look
I
at
would
the
like
silk
to
pouch.
look at your silk pouch.
Take a step back.
Show us what you
Step
found.
back.
Show and tell.
Step back.
Show and tell.
Who here can check for any magical hocus pocus on this stuff?
I can check with my axe.
No.
Oh,
I don't quite think that's what was meant, but okay.
Right, the stuff. Anyone can check. Does anyone want to?
Check with your axe.
yeah, I can cut the top off and see if anything comes out.
I can cast Detect Magic,
Okay.
but it will take 10
Yes.
minutes. 10 minutes.
I would
Is
like
it
to
ritual?
look inside the silk pouch.
You would like to look inside the silk pouch.
Just physically look.
Yes,
Physically look.
like actually look inside.
Okay, so I'm going to hand it to him, albeit on your head.
Boom! It blows up. No, just, inside.
What's
inside
the worst that can happen?
Inside the silk pouch, you see 5 carnelians.
Carnelian?
It's a type of
Cornelian.
crystal.
Crafting.
2 peridots. And a pearl.
2 paradots and a pearl.
I have no idea what that does, but I'll write it
They're used for casting spells.
down.
And jewelry.
And crafting.
And jewelry,
crafting.
yeah.
And crafting. 5 carnelian.
That pearl will definitely come in handy if it's
Baron-
100 gold pieces
Baron-
or above.
Beckoning you to hand the silk pouch back again a second. Let's have a look.
Don't you think you're carrying enough, Baron?
Well, we're just looking.
Lighten your load a little.
Like making sure.
I'm just
taking
having
inventory.
It's not yours, Baron.
I'd like you all
Roll
to roll
to make
initiative.
sure.
Fight!
I knew it.
At this point,
I knew
we
it.
should,
Roll for Baron.
we
Okay.
should divide loot by encumbrance. Except
guys,
if you think you are going to find a shopkeeper somewhere down the mine where you actually need the money.
We got all the details, didn't we, Miss?
Yes. So we're gonna end
So
it there.
that's a good place.
Thanks guys. That was good fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, chat. Thanks for joining us and putting up with our ramblings and our mistakes and everything else. I hope you enjoyed the show. Anyone that missed the beginning or the middle or the end, if you missed it and you don't see this, I'll upload. Well, hopefully I won't need to upload, but the video shall be on YouTube, hopefully tomorrow. So you can go and watch it there, and you can also go and catch up on all the other episodes as well. I did actually forget to put last ones up there straight away, but I actually put it up yesterday, I think. So if you did miss last week's, you can go and watch that one there. So otherwise, yeah, thank you very much, guys. As always, thanks for the support. Thanks for the follows. I think we had a couple, 1 or 2. So thanks for those, guys. Much appreciated. And don't forget to tune in next Friday. So roll on Friday. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
Cheers,
Everyone.
Bye.
Have a great weekend.